hear myself through my headphones. Yes, man. Like, I feel real good about this right now.
Pay attention, because you are now listening to Permission to Speak Freely.
The day one's been
man.
Good, bro.
Yeah, man. Them day ones, man. They sticking with your boys, man. They sticking with us, man. You know what I mean?
We put an episode out with like just us two. And they was showing love, man. I honestly, I ain't expect that. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, they probably used to us having some guests or something like that. We put an episode out with just us two and they showed some love, man. So I appreciate it.
Man. Most definitely, man. Most definitely.
Matter of fact, look, happy holidays to the listeners, followers, haters. Gotta give it to the haters.
Yeah.
Officers, gotta give it to the officers.
Yeah.
That's the OGs, the admirals, department heads, all of them, right? The Jopa, y'all in there, right?
Yeah, man.
The E4 Mafia, y'all up in there.
What's up? Holla at us.
Brothers and sisters in the mess, y'all up in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
FCPOA, CSAD, JA, whatever one you about to start, E5s. E4 Mafia, y'all get another one just for good, just for good measure. The other Mafia, I don't want no smoke with y'all. Y'all up in there. Our civilian partners, y'all in there. Military spouses, military children, vets, parents, all y'all. Damn. All y'all.
It's a lot. Everybody, man. I'll let you people,
Happy holidays.
Man. Hey, ain't nothing like the holidays when you talk about family, man. And you know everybody in the pod, man. Y'all family, man.
Our
so
family,
ain't nothing like
bro.
family, man. Family, man. So ain't nothing like it, man. I'm stunned, man. We finna bring this 2025 in strong.
Yeah.
Strong, man. Strong.
Yeah, we had a good year, too. 2024 was a good year.
Yeah, man.
You know,
yeah, man.
Damon missed some episodes.
Yeah,
right?
man. I missed some episodes, man. I'm gonna miss some more episodes, guys. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, this ship life is it is what it is, man. We already know what time it is. We already knew this was gonna happen. So, but hey, when I say this, hey, Mr. B, I'm kind of upset a little bit just about that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, man. I'm feeling like they ain't Mr. B. Matter of fact, they might have got a little bit better without you, boy. But it's okay, man.
Good, yeah.
But hey, we got a little bit better, man.
We got some guest hosts coming. Hey, shout out to y'all too for y'all that I could have hit y'all up about this, but the most recent of our episodes has been kind of like, hey, when we gonna do this? We gonna do this? We gonna so we ain't really playing nothing, but we're gonna have some guest hosts coming through and Damien in there because you're going on deployment too at some point.
Yeah, I'm going on deployment soon. Yeah, man, I'm going on deployment soon, man.
So you're going on deployment. So I just saw something recently, man, just out of random. Somebody posted that some sellers was on the quarterdeck and they was sharing like OPSEC on the TikTok live or something like that. Did you see that?
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Like, what we doing out here, man? Like, y'all live talking about everything, like everything. But it's crazy, man. Like, we can't do that though. Like, we really can't do that. We got instructions, we got regulations, we got all this stuff. That's how they get you. You know what I mean? Like that's how they get you, guys. Like they got this stuff in black and white, and you go out there and do it. Now they got you. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing you could do about it. So watch yourself and be careful out there, man, because I don't want you guys to be out there saying some stuff like, "Hey, I didn't know this and I didn't know that." Yeah. Because OPSEC is one of them things, man, we talk about all the time, man. So be careful.
Y'all can't keep crashing out for social media, man. Like stop letting social media make it seem like you could just do whatever you want. Like, no, like the world gets to see all of that stupid shit.
Yeah. And you probably got a lot of clicks though.
Yeah.
But you get your ass in trouble.
Some of the wrong clicks. Some of the wrong clicks.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Hey, so if anybody listening right now, hey, y'all, if y'all could tell I'm festive. I got my festive shirt. I got my deer on it. I got my festive hat. I see you got what you got on your joint, man.
I got the goat, man. I got the goat, man. You know what I'm saying? I got the little him on there too, man, because I am him. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure you guys see that, dope, man. I am him, man.
So, but yeah. How was your holidays, man?
Hey, man, holiday was great, man. It was different, though. You know, I'm normally in my fight. I'm normally, setting up, getting everything ready. But this year, you guys already know I talked about it before. I got this, I got 2 investments, man. And one of them I went down to see down there in Texas. So I went down here to work, man. I was down there, working. So that was a little bit different. I came back like 2 days before Christmas. So I went down there like a week or whatever, man. Got a lot of work done. Brought one of my brothers down, man, because he does things like that, man. He does all the work in the houses and all that stuff, man. So, hey, shout out to my bro, man, because, boy, you just save your boy some money down there, man. So, hey, big shots out to him, man. But that's what he do, man. He loved doing it. So I'm glad he came down, man. We spent some time together talking about all old stuff. I don't see my brothers, man, a lot. So when he came down, man, it was a big deal, man. And we made a big deal out of it. So that was great, man, while we was working. Mm-hmm. So big shouts out to him, man. But then I came back here, man. And then the whole thing, the fam here, my oldest son in the military, his ship is here with me. So in Washington. So that was a big deal because we haven't had him, in like, 3 or 4 Christmas, man. So we had the whole gang together, again. So that was pretty cool, man. And everybody got the gifts, man. And my daughter, man, like she's 19, man. She got a little job. She going to school, man. So I go down there, man, and we opening up the presents and stuff, man. And I got like 5 gifts, bro. Like I'm like I'm in here opening up gifts like I'm like I'm a little kid again, man. Like, you know what I mean? Normally I go in there, me and Ella give me like 1, 2, maybe big gifts. You know what I mean? That's kind of like it for me. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give me an iPad, give me something electronically, or give me some golf stuff. And you know what I mean? I'm good. I'm selling me down. But this time, man, I felt like I was in the fight, man. So it's pretty cool, man. Like I'm happy about that, man. I'm really, really happy about that, man. So let's get on you, man. How about yours, man? How everything was, man?
It was cool. Before we go to me, though, it's crazy because y'all were going to come visit us, right? Y'all was going to come for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I forgot, man, like when I forgot to ask you this when you was on your way. I was going to ask if you could bring that Apple, the VR headset. like, yo, bro, can you bring that Apple VR headset with you when you come, man? During the birthday, I would have sneak off and play with that thing for a little bit, man.
Yeah, man. But I'm going to give you some news on it, man. Like this week, I got rid of them, man.
Oh, you sold them?
Both of them.
Damn, I'd have bought one of them joints off you.
Damn, you know what? I ain't even think about it, man. Because what happened, man, I ain't gonna lie. And you kind of like hinted this when I first got them, right? Mm-hmm. You was like, damn, I ain't know you was a tech guy like that. I remember you saying that. And I probably went no shit, man. Probably with about a month, man. Like no shit on it every day, every day. Man, hey, I haven't put that thing on in probably like 8 months, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just collecting dust in there. It does a lot, man. I'm not saying it's not for this thing is badass, man. But I just don't have the time though. And I don't think it ain't the fact I don't like it. Mm-hmm. I love it. But it's the fact that sea duty, time, I just don't have it, man.
Yeah.
And then Ella wasn't on hers as much either. So we say, you know what? Why it's still hot right now and people still on them. Mm-hmm. We might want to get rid of these things right now. You know what I mean? So we decided to, and we got a pretty good penny for them too, man. So, you know what I mean?
You probably got more than I would have been willing to pay, to be honest.
No, I would have. If I would have been thinking about it, I wouldn't even bother. I would have gave it to you.
That's crazy. No shit. If you
I would have hooked you up, bro. No shit. I wasn't even thinking about it. I would have hooked you up, bro.
Shit. No, luckily, you don't got them no more, so I can't even put that to the test, bro. You know? Yeah. That's crazy.
For real, man. Yeah.
I don't know. It feel like something. It must be like a hair, something in my nose, y'all. For the listeners, for the YouTube.
I got a little cold too, listeners. I got a little cold too. So if I sound a little off a little bit, I got a little cold, man.
Hey, that's how my VR stuff is too. I got the VR headset, and I had the kids over for Amari's birthday. Because remember, I mean, the last time we potted, it's been like my birthday, Amari's birthday, Christmas. It's been a lot of stuff. I had the kids over for Amari's birthday, and they was on that VR joint. But They on there laying on the ground. They upside down on the ceiling. I'm like, yo, there's no way y'all playing VR. Like, ain't no game on VR that you on the ground for. You know what I mean? But they was on there. They was having fun. And that's really why I got all that stuff is for when the kids come. I mean, we just don't get kids that much, right? All right, so let's go holidays, right? Because we ain't not gonna go. So we did my birthday. We did Amari's birthday. That was cool. Her first birthday was pretty cool, y'all. It was Minnie Mouse themed. Man, we stayed up till 4:00. We stayed up till 4:00 in the morning setting up for the birthday, right? It was like, and I already knew that was gonna happen whenever Angeline set something up. It's gonna be a late night, like everything happening last minute. That's just how she do it. You know what I mean? That's her style, bro.
That's how she roll.
Yeah, that's her style. I'm like, hey, it's gonna be another one of those nights. She was like, yeah. So, I'm helping her out. We till 4 a.m. And honestly, it took the whole week to recover from that. Like, it took the whole week. Like, that's why for the listeners, for the social media people, all that, that's why it wasn't too many clips. Might not have been an episode or something. It really wasn't because we went on a holiday break or nothing. It really was just recovering from coming off my birthday on the 7th, Amari's birthday on the 11th, and then on the 14th, celebrating her birthday a whole lot. I actually had like my social battery had run dry, bro, just with all the family coming over. Because then they came and was there throughout the whole weekend. You know what I mean? So by that Monday, when it was time to go to work, I didn't even, like, the last of the family left at 10 o'clock that night. By that Monday, when it was time to go to work, I ain't had like nothing in me for work. Jeez. And I knew I had like CDBs and all types of stuff, right? Zone and all types of stuff on that Monday. But so it really took me till the weekend to recover, to like that weekend to recover. I had finally edited, put out our last episode, stuff like that. And then next thing you know is Christmas, and now New Year's is next week. So I will say this, December for us, it's just going to be like, not for the pod, I just mean my family and stuff. It's going to be just every month. I could tell from like Thanksgiving through New Year, as far as the foods I'm eating, the lifestyle I'm living, it's just going to be a bad butt. You know what I mean? So that's why that's why I need like January through October just to be real good. Because December through like Thanksgiving through New Year's, it ain't going to be good. I've drank more recently than I did for in the last little bit. And I'm trying to get my hands on some coquito and some eggnog and a couple things I ain't had yet. You know what I mean? But the Christmas was cool. Christmas was cool. I think some people that came for Amari, they brought her Christmas gifts at the same time. So we slid them under the tree. It was kind of cool how conscious she was that she was receiving things. I guess you never too young to know you getting shit. She a little scared of the gift wrap, but she was like happy. All of her stuff, like every new gift we opened for her, like, she was happy about. What I did for Angeline was I went to Skims and just bought a whole bunch of stuff. They got like a flagship store for Skims. So I went to Skims and bought a whole bunch of stuff for her. I'm trying to see how it fit because I'm trying to get some briefs for me of like the little boxer briefs they got. But we just had a good time, man. We did a brunch. We wound up eating so much on a brunch that like we ain't even do Christmas dinner, bro. like we just did the brunch. Football was on Netflix, so I watched. We talk about that a little bit later, but I watched some of the games, and then we were watching Gladiator. We wound up falling asleep, man. We got kid, man. We old, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But we had a good time, though, man.
Man, you know what, man? I'm thinking about that too, man. We missed so many. I know it's like tradition, you know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy. Like you want to get in the morning, have your mimosas. That's kind of how my thing is. Got my mimosas, got the food going early in the morning, cooking, doing my thing. But man, don't that catering thing sound good though?
Bro.
Get some food catered. I mean, it just sounds good because you ain't got to worry. Another thing that I don't have to worry about, man, but I love the cooking thing. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. I love it, man. But at the same time, man, I can really be relaxing.
Bro, it's the morning after Christmas, bro. Like for the listeners, y'all, it's the day after Christmas, y'all. That's the commitment. We wanted to get an episode out on Christmas, but look, it's the day after Christmas. And man, we still got dishes that we need to do, bro, from yesterday. I can't even lie. Yeah. Normally we get them all done the night of. We don't go to sleep with dishes, but Christmas spirit took over, bro.
Yeah, man.
Dishes, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I got a question, like a conversation for you though, man. So
yeah.
And your relationship, there's some relationship dynamic shit too. So you could choose not to say certain shit if you don't want to. But in your relationship dynamic, the Ella does like a lot of the planning, right? Like she put things together, right?
Yeah.
All right. So in ours, right? Me and Angeline, right? She be deferring to me, right? At times that like, I don't got nothing for you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like she asked me she asked me the other day, and I need your help with this, or even for the listeners, yo. She asked me the other day about balloon arches for the door for Amari party, right? And I'm like, yo, whenever you ask me questions like this, I feel like it's a trap question. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I don't care about balloon arches. Like, I can give two shits about balloon arches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like she put me in these like positions, you know, a lot. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I guess because we got a little daughter, I'm like, yo, when it's time to take her to boxing classes, I'm there. Like, I can't wait. I can tell you the gloves. I can tell you, I know exactly what age she's going to be boxing, but I don't know about balloon arches. You know what I mean? And I sometimes I feel so bad, bro. So I'm trying to see, like, I'm trying to get some vindication from you, bro. Like, what do you do when you in those, like, scenarios where it's something you just don't care about, bro?
That's a lot of shit.
I know, man.
I don't think but I tell you this, man, like, you're right. Ella does a lot of the planning side of it. But I tell you, man, she does run everything like by me and want my approval too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what I say is like, go ahead, girl. Like, go ahead. Like, because you're right. She has a plan, though. Ella has a plan of what she want to do. But if it's not involving me a whole lot, I'm like, go ahead, girl. Right. Do your thing, right? Now, if it's involving me to do something, now I'm like, whoa, back up a little bit now. Right. What's going on? But you know what, man? I am at the same time, I be like messing with her all the time about, hey, go ahead and do it. You even got to ask me that. You know I'm gonna give you the same answer every way, like, go ahead type. You know I'm gonna say the same thing, like, every time, like, go ahead. But she always asks me and things like that. But man, I'm trying to get in a situation that it goes in. But you know what? I take this back. I most of the time do it though. Mm-hmm. Ella comes because it's not frequent. Yeah. You know what I mean? She don't like come at me and have me doing things frequently. So when I do get the opportunity to do something, I say, okay, yeah. But if it's something complicated, I'm just gonna buy it and it'd be all done with it. If I have to actually do something. I most of the time do it because, like I said, she don't ask me a lot. She just run it by me. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as extend. It's not that bad for me.
It's probably hard for her being with me too, because you know what? Like I said, like if it's time, if you tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it. You just tell me what to do, I'll do it. Just tell me what to do, I'll do it. Right? Mm-hmm. But like, for instance, like Amari, she got like these spirit weeks at her daycare, right? And what spirit week is at the daycare is that like every single day they make the babies wear like something different, right? So they might come in with like, if it's Halloween season, it might be like, hey, wear this costume, wear this, do this. If it's like Christmas, hey, put your Christmas pajamas on, ugly sweater, like just different stuff. Bro, I don't care about spirit week, bro. Like, I could give two shits about spirit. So one time Angelique asked me, she was like, do you care do you even care what she wear on Tuesday? Like, I'm like, no, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't care about spirit week. Now, mind you, on the other hand, and this is where I could see it could be confusing, Halloween. You know I like Halloween. The listeners, if y'all been here since our first year recording, y'all know Halloween like one of my favorite holidays. So Amari didn't have a costume this Halloween. For probably a lot of reasons, but we kind of waited too long. And then one day, Angeline showed up, and I'm like a mushroom costume, man. She was like coming home late from work, you know. And I called her, I'm like, yo, where you at? Like, you're not home yet? She's like, oh, no, I was just picking up a costume for Amari. I'm like, yo, come on now. Like, now, you know, this is my favorite holiday, man. Like, you know, I want some buy-in on this, man. So I think that wound up, making her not even want Amari to wear the costume. But it's just this big thing we kind of learning about each other as far as like, it's always like this, well, what do you want? Do you want to be involved in this? Do you want to be it's certain things where I'm like, yo, just take the ball and run with it. She a young girl, you her mom, boom, boom, boom. But then there's other things that it's like, yo, I do care about. Then there's other things like she was like, and this my last little vent piece. So we planning for her birthday, right? So Angeline like, yo, I want you to run point with the cake, right? So when I realized now for the listeners, my wife, she got her, and I know her, if her brother listens, I know he know, she got her visions and and I don't want to get in the way of whatever her vision is for, these things that she do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it don't matter if your vision good or not, and this is just my own perspective. It's probably different for her. If it ain't her vision, it's probably not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So, I wound up coming to the conclusion like, hey, let's just swap out parties. You do a party. The next year I do the party. Like I'm the visionary for the party, so that we don't even. I don't want you to break my heart telling me my shit ain't a good idea 150 times. So let's just swap parties, right? So she like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you run point on the cake? You know what I mean? Bro, this shit made me wind up having a Google run point, bro. Like I wound up scared. Right? So she like, yo, can you run point on the cake? I'm like, yeah, I'll run point on the cake. So she like, all right, well, I got a place for you to get it. I'm like, okay, well, that ain't really running point if you already got the place to get the cake from. She's like, and then if they don't have it there, I got the alternative. I'm like, okay, all right. So now I'm just a pawn in this shit. So I want to, now when you tell me to do something, mind you, this cake been getting put off for a while, right? So she tell me to get the cake same day. I'm at the cake spot, bro. I go to the cake spot. I call her, she at work, but she be answering at work. So I call her. I'm like, yo, I'm at the cake spot right now. She like, yo, can I call you back? I'm with a client. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? So she hit me back. I'm like, yo, I'm at the cake spot. She's like, yo, we ain't even picked out a cake yet. Like us two together. I'm like, I thought I was running point. You know what I mean? What happened to me running point? Yo, I wound up. Bro, so, I put her on the phone. I'm like, well, look, let me let you talk to the ladies. Then after that, I got it. She wound up telling the lady, hey, when all this is done, give me a call. Let me know what y'all come up with, so I could approve. In my head, I'm like, yo, I'm out of this shit. But I wound up leaving. It got so clunky, I wound up leaving. She had she wanted a Maury cake that looked like a damn Disney castle or some shit, and I didn't have that vision. I didn't know that that's what we were doing. So I wound up leaving. She had a better idea and she got it from somebody. She actually got it done. So, but yeah, bro, you know what I mean? So that's that
shit, man. I tell you, the only thing like when me and Ella be talking about stuff, man, what gets me is I ain't gonna lie, man, the food arrangements, man.
Yeah.
When we go out to a restaurant, man, like, hey, I say, hey, what you want to eat? Whatever you want to eat. What you want to get? Whatever you want to. Then I say 2 or 3 spots. Nah, I don't want that. Don't ask me this.
Yeah,
but yeah.
And you be trying not to just lead. Like, yo, I'm trying not to just pull your arm. Like, I'm trying to give you a chance. You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to our spouses that listen to the pod. What up, y'all, man? We love y'all, man. Happy holidays, y'all. We love y'all,
man. We love you guys, man.
Hey, the big story going into the holiday at the worst time possible too, man, was the furlough, the government shutdown news, right? And it just made me think because they were saying like Kamala was like she canceled her flight for the California trip, whatever she was doing, and President Biden like was staying, in DC or whatever he was doing. But are the stakes really that high, man? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know that much about it. I just know, like, don't this shit happen like every year?
Every year, bro. And then I'm gonna tell you, man, I don't understand it enough to actually have a good argument about it. But it do seem like every freaking year we talking about shutdowns. Yeah. Maybe twice a year. Shit, I don't even know, man. It seems like it anyway. Yeah. We're always talking about it, man. But I did hear, I thought we signed something already. I don't even know.
Yeah. Till March, yeah.
Yeah, but good gracious, man, this is every year, man. Like, make me understand it.
Yeah,
like I'm just trying to understand it, man.
People
like,
were scared, bro.
Holla at me with these focus groups that said need to get this money together, man. Put me in on the team, man. I will figure some shit out,
I don't think they even know focus groups no more, bro. Some of the shit we be rolling out, bro. Listen, hey, people were scared about this government because I work around civilians. You know, people was like, this one felt different, like, you know. And then it's like, why y'all gotta wait till after the deadline and all that? Like, why are we stretching this out for dramatics? Like, do we want the government shut down or not? No, right? Yes. Come on, let's get this thing right, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, speaking of the, shutdowns and all that, man, I'm gonna tell you, it's different for them contractors. Man, I used to work for contractors, man, and they used to talk about the contract coming up and they didn't renew it and all this stuff. Man, them contractors used to be like, let me know. I ain't coming in. If you hit a day on that thing, if it go over a day, I ain't coming in. I'm done. Like, they don't be caring much as like the government shut down, but they care with the contracts up. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be at home, man. You know what I mean? Let me know when I need to come to let me know when I need to come to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the crib.
Chilling.
It's funny as shit, man.
And then like just having to explain to like young sellers, bro, like, they like, yo, so we gonna get paid? You know what I mean? And now, like at this level, bro, like you gotta be careful what you say. And not to be careful what you say as far as like not be careful what you say as far as like watch your words. I don't think I do too much of like, I got to be politically correct type stuff, but more like you don't want to like inadvertently lie to somebody, tell them something, because people put a lot behind your words. You know what I mean? I remember riding through a security guard like at the gate, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna swing back past here, man, to come mess with y'all. I'm gonna swing back past here. I wound up seeing him later, like 1500. He's like, yo, what happened, Seer? Like, you never came back past. And I was quiet, bro. I didn't know what to say, bro. He had me. I don't be at a loss for words that much. Like, I was at a loss for words. He's like, it's cool, Seer. I know you got a lot going on. You know what I mean? I was like, So you got to be careful. So, because I can't tell them like, yo, you're going to get paid guaranteed if the government shut down. Because government shut down, it's like, yo, y'all still got to go to work. Sellers, we still got to go to work. We still got to put the uniform, go to work. As far as, the word, we not getting paid. We not getting no money. You know what I mean? Now I could say, hey, in the past, when this happened, if you was a member of Navy Fed or a couple other banks, they would still cut the check. And then whatever happened on the back end happened on the back end. But you got to be careful because you say that, somebody like, Command Senior said that, we still going to get paid, and then they sitting there without a damn paycheck, bro, for a week, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, man. I feel you on that. You most definitely got to watch it because they will take it to the bank when you say it. They take it all the way to the bank.
Then some people wait to have those conversations. Some people don't even talk about it until it happens so that you don't fall into that type of situation with somebody holding you to your word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I agree with you 100.
Government doing it crazy. That's all.
Yeah. Every month. Seem like. Yeah. But yeah, man, I also want to let everybody know, man, like real quick, man, I'm just going to be like, I just got to say this. Domo has now convinced me about these UFOs, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. Like, I was looking up topics and I was looking up things, man, and somebody else came across the screen saying it's like it's some shit out there they've been seeing, man. Like, and then they started, when I saw it, I said, you know what, Domo been talking about this, so let me look at it and read it. You know what I mean? Because Domo, you guys know, if you most definitely you day ones, Domo been talking about this forever. Yeah, so bro. I looked a little bit deeper. I said, let me go. Then they started going back, bro. 6 months this happened. 6 months ago, a year this happened. And it's like happening. I'm like, okay, something's going on, man. Like, and they really don't know. As you go and start looking at it, it's like, even on one of the segments I looked at, man, it said that like some people really think it's something out there. And then they were showing like little clips of stuff, man. It was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like it make you start really like, what the fuck did I just see? What happened? Like, yeah, man. So, hey, I'm on the bandwagon, man. If you guys are not on the bandwagon now, man, you better start looking. I really do think something, I don't know what it is. I'm not saying it's another human out there. It's another whatever out there, but it is something else out there and we can't identify it.
Yep.
Right?
And you know what's gonna fuck everybody up? The AI.
Yeah.
AI, ChatGPT, all the AI stuff that's happening now. When like people start having real visual indicators of things, people gonna be like, yo, that's AI. That's AI. That's AI. It ain't gonna be till it's in your backyard, bro. It ain't gonna be till it's till that shit up in your backyard.
Yeah,
you know, because everybody gonna keep saying it's AI, man. Because that's where we are now. We that advanced now. So, you know, it is what it is, but it's a lot, bro. It's a lot of news. They got congressionals about it. It's a lot that's happening, and we know it. It's just crazy that we living in a time where shit's so crazy, bro. Because remember, it used to always be a thing like, it's like, yo, if we found out aliens exist, like the whole world and humans would be like rocked to the core because, you know, we would realize that life as we know it is not what we thought it was. Well, you know, they've been saying aliens exist now for like 5 years, you know, with their chest, and like, nobody care, bro. Like, that's just how fucked up, that's how messed up everything else is. Like, you know, like nobody cares, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be until they like around us, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you got me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You got me, man. Even with the freaking newest freaking iPhone stuff came out, man. This iPhone thing is crazy, man. This is taking my phone, all the shit I got on my phone, man.
What's I don't know nothing about the newest iPhone thing.
So they had a new iPhone thing, new update. And it's your contacts, everything that you normally do. Now you got the AI is built into this. Right? So they want you to go back and do a voice thing now. Hey, bro, the voice thing is crazy, man, because they got like 5 different voices on there, man. Yeah. That you can choose. And I listened to all of them, man. Like one of a brother, man. I can't even. It's funny as shit. Yeah, it's funny as hell, man. But just that portion of it, man, and just how it takes your contacts and all the information you have to be on top of like your notifications and things. It's gonna do stuff by itself. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what you gotta be watching for, because if you don't cut some of this stuff off, you know, AI is just gonna take your phone and just do whatever the hell they want to do with it, man. Like I'm serious, man. Like you have to cut some stuff off. So, hey, like you said, man, stuff is coming out, and it's coming out rapidly, and it's coming out fast, and AI is kind of like taking over. And just to talk about AI for a minute, man, like I'm up in these stores now, and I'm seeing everything just change, man. I think it's all because of AI stuff, man. Like, there are no shit, I think, gonna be running us out of jobs, man. We better get on board. We need to get on board now when it comes to what we're smart at and what we want to have a trade in and all that type of stuff. Because some of these things that we do now is going to be obsolete, bro.
Yeah, I think as long as we don't value humanity, bro, then the AIs could take over whatever. If we don't value the human touch, then it's whatever, bro. And I don't think a lot of people value that experience anymore. You know what I mean? I'm rolling up the tropical smoothie, bro. You know, and I just gotta say what I want, bro. You know what I mean? Like, nobody greet you. They don't say nothing, bro. Yo, y'all there? Like, can I get a smoothie? And notice I said this about a couple other places on this podcast, bro. It's like, yo, and then you order it, and then, all right, next window. Like, damn, you know? So, I like I said, I think if we don't value humanity, bro, then it's like we don't need it. You know, we might as well get AI. And then the AI is going to value humanity, bro. I had ChatGPT help me write so many things. I'm like, yo, help me write this and make it like heartfelt, man. Give me some empathy in this. You know, I'm not good at empathy. So I'm not, well, let me say, I'm not good at displaying empathy like in my words or stuff like that. So I use ChatGPT to help me. You know what I mean? Like, yo, yeah, that was good, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I use ChatGPT a lot, bro. To be honest, I use it a lot.
You have to, man. And that's where we at right now, though. If you don't start using, you're going to get left behind. I'm telling you right now, if you don't start using all this stuff, you are going to be left behind, because stuff is going to be so much more professional. It's going to be so much more like on a whole nother level. And then you put your stuff together. We come out of computer. We talking about, you know, AI stuff is being put out. So if you think you smarter than that, I'm here to tell you, man, you gonna get left behind, I think, man. So I think everybody should get on board, and everybody should start looking into this stuff, man. And I'm gonna tell you who it's gonna be hard for. It's like the dinosaurs that we can sometimes talk about that don't want to change. You know what I mean? I feel like if you don't want to change, man, the world is gonna leave you behind, man, if you don't want to adapt to it.
Yeah.
And
I saw somebody say we just scratching the surface with AI, bro. So 2 examples. Google now, right? When you Google, like let's say you Googling something, it'll give you, before you even got to go through all the links, it'll give you like a general consensus of like, it'll sum it up for you. AI now does that. Like if you Google, it'll sum up what you're looking for right there. And the same thing with like Facebook now. Like if you go on and like, if you read comments, for instance, Facebook could tell you at the top, like the Meta AI would tell you like sum up what the comments say. Like you don't even got to go through and read the comments no more, bro. So AI is making the internet easier. You know what I mean? The internet made like life easier. AI is making the internet easier. Soon, man, we gonna just have it too easy, bro. like everything is gonna be easy, man.
Yeah. Let me tell you something that was strange to me, man. This is me thinking about this, and I talk to Elle about it like all the time too. So we was looking up like remodeling bathrooms, redoing the floors and stuff like this in his house we was working on, right? And she's looking it up on her computer, right? She's looking up on her stuff. And then we got it done where it was over with, right? Bro, soon as I log into like my Facebook, it's on there, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't even look it up on nothing I had. Nothing that I was doing that I looked it up on. But time I go in there, now when I scroll up, it's talking about how to build stuff and how to do this and how to do that, bro. Yeah. I don't understand it. I don't know, but it's crazy to me, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that shit, yeah.
Like me and her linked or something. Like we are linked. Like
yeah, well, y'all are.
No. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
y'all are.
Most definitely, man.
All right, well, let's get to it, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey, listen, y'all, for the listeners, sailors, civilian, for the civilians, hey, you might want to skip about 45 minutes. I don't know how long. For the sailors, we about to get into this NAVADMIN. You know, the Navy definitely gave us a NAVADMIN, an Unwrap for the holiday season. You know what I mean? So we definitely, we going to get into this NAVADMIN. It's 25524, the billet-based advancements, right? Hey, Damon, I'm going to be factual, bro. Look, I took notes on this shit, bro.
Yeah.
I took notes. I got about 4 or 5 pages of notes, man.
Ooh, I ain't got many as you got, but I took some too.
Yeah, I took some notes, bro.
Yeah.
You know, to get, so it's one thing. So mostly, so if you got the NAVADMIN pulled up, I'm gonna go off the notes. But before I go off the notes, I'm gonna intro this in a couple different ways, right? Hey, so for the listeners, you know, we were like, you know, we initially put it on like the social media about like just this NAVADMIN and thoughts about it. It's not that difficult in NAVADMIN. It's just lengthy. And there's some other shit I'm gonna get into in a second. But I just want to intro this going off the remarks, right? So this is what it says. It says, so remember we talk about billet-based advancement, right? It says billet-based advancement is the framework that serves to link enlistment advancements directly to billets. It enables active duty sellers to advance to the next higher pay grade via command advance to position, that's CA2P, and advance to position, that's A2P, and includes the senior enlisted marketplace, SEM. I hate that like acronym, SEM.
Yeah.
BBA expands active duty seller choice, reduces the number of E5 and above vacancies across the fleet, and reduces assignment distribution inefficiencies, right? And then most the actions are initiated and adjudicated through my Navy assignment. So mostly everything we're going to be talking about as far as process and stuff like that is through my Navy assignment, right? So that was a quick kind of explanation via that NAVADMIN. Now I'm going to say this. Remember when I compared this shit to Marvel, bro? The phases of a DMAT, bro? It's the truth, bro. It's almost like, yo, you can't really watch Deadpool unless you saw Loki. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't really read this BBA unless you read the other like 4 advancement ones before this, the other DMAT ones. Like it's all a connected universe at this point, right? Somebody called this a science project on TikTok. like just a bunch of different, you know, shit to put together. I will say this. It's not as difficult as, I don't know if I just said this or not, but it ain't as difficult as, we all thought it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this starts with, all right, we're going to get into it, y'all. So this starts with the March 2025 exam cycle, right? So this pretty much in effect now, right? Soon as it dropped, now. Right before the holidays too. Hey, y'all gonna have to tell us why y'all do that, yo, right before the holiday drop. Like we know every year it's a good one. So start March 2025, all DMAT ratings fully integrate into BBA, right? So anything that was DMAT is BBA. And that's them C intensive ratings, right? So ABE, ABF, ABH, AME, AO, CS, DC, EM, IC, GM, GSM, MM, QM, and RS, right? You got the NAVADMIN, right, Damon?
Yeah.
Did I hit them all?
Hit them all. Yep.
All right. So it's no longer the DMAT 4+3, right? And that's that automatic, I got to do 7 years that all the EMs was hating and all that. That's done. E5, E6 exam for these rates will transition to, so the 4-3 shit, even though it's done, you still might be out to sea for 7 years. Like, right?
Yeah.
Am I tripping?
Yeah. You still might be out. Yeah. No doubt.
All you're going to do is pick orders to another billet, and it's C-duty billet. You got to out-serve for 36 months.
36 months.
So it's the same shit still. So just for clarity, E5, E6 exams for these rates will turn into RKE. So that was what the DCs and the ABEs were doing. RKEs, rating knowledge exams, to be eligible for CA2P and A2P eligibility. I don't know much about rating knowledge exams as far as I don't have any sellers that done them yet, so I don't got no feedback from them. You got feedback from? I guess it's the same fucking exam, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing, man. They just taking it. They get a number. I mean, they get a number, get a grade or whatever, and then they get approved to be at least get selected for CA2P or A2P. Yeah.
All right. So in order to take a rating knowledge exam, right, which I'm gonna either call in this conversation, I'm gonna either call it rating knowledge exam or RKE, right? So in order to take a RKE, you need an in-grade eval, right? So you need an eval in grade. So then if you pass the RKE and you get your COR OIC recommendation for advancement, you'll have detailing marketplace eligibility indicator applied to your record, right? DMEI. So you could apply for jobs in the next higher pay grade, regardless of your PRD, right? So for the most part of this conversation, when we talk about applying for jobs, it's going to be in the next higher pay grade, right? ABEs. Now, one of the things that might be good is as we get into this, some of that time and rate shit is a little different now, right? Some of that time and rate shit is a little different.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah, you just take the test.
Like that's the only thing that I think once you get that indicator from your commanding officer, which is called detailing marketplace eligibility indicator.
Yeah.
So once you get that, you can apply, man. That's it.
Yeah. So you
got 24 months. Yeah, you got 24 months. So that could be a good thing for sailors.
Yeah.
And on plus with the A, so we all doing it. So for the ABEs and the DC men, they have to wait. Everybody else on that list has to wait till August to do it.
Yeah, but ABEs and DCs right now, they do it right now.
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, we can do it right now. We kind of been doing it tight. You know what I mean? We kind of been doing it for a little while right now. Yeah. So that's one positive thing. Because DC, trust me, I'm pissed about the DC side of it because I'm not pissed because of how it's going because I know how the Navy is rolling.
Yeah.
But I was kind of upset about it because of the advancement. And I'm going to the frocking ceremonies and no DC man is on there. You know what I mean? I'm a damage controlman. So I'm going to see I'm in DC man make this and I'm on an aircraft carrier. So it's going to be some on there that make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But nobody's called out. So that was one of my things that I was upset about. Yeah. But
advancement is slim. It's slim anyway now because of all of these changes. Them joints, they ain't like it used to be 50 of us on a cruiser, 50 of us, in front. So like we just said, I think you just said ABs and DCs, they eligible now.
Yeah.
We just said all others listed, right? They passed the exam in March. The RKE, they apply for A2P jobs in the August my Navy assignment cycle, right? And this next part, similar to SIM, right? And Damon kind of talked about already, pass the RKE means you DMEI eligible for 24 months. If you don't advance to a new position in that 24 months, you got to retake the RKE to ensure technical competency is maintained, right? So that's that right there. So you got to advance, right? And I thought I had the numbers for senior enlisted marketplace, but the numbers for senior enlisted marketplace are good, right? Y'all might hate me for that, but the numbers for senior enlisted marketplace are good. So what people see, right, what Bill and them see coming back is good numbers, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Bill too. Yeah, so people see good numbers, right? So let's go RKE versus Navy. Why? You had something to say?
Well, I kind of got one thing in the My Navy assignment thing, and I don't know if we're going to get to that later or not, but I'm not sure. But I want to say this. You know, sometimes, and this could be tribal knowledge too, is that the My Navy assignments, they don't show all the billets, right?
Uh-huh.
So you have to go through My Navy assignments for any of this stuff for A2P. Sometimes they may not have a 5 billets on that thing, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's my only problem. Okay, so now we got all these sailors, say hundreds of them, and they all going to be applying for 5 billets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the only thing. I don't know if it's going to change or not change, but I wanted to say that because I'm not sure about that part of it.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to add to that, man.
Yeah.
RKE versus Navy-wide advancement exam, right? So questions, exam processes, they the same. The timeline is the same, March, September, right? So still March and September. Now you could retake the RKE each cycle, and that to me is a if you want thing. So it sounds like if you take it and you good. You don't got to keep taking. Some people not gonna keep taking it, but you can keep taking it so you could so to improve your final multiple. The reason why improving your final multiple matters is because the scoring element, the SSC, right? So the final multiple is scored into your SSC. Your SSC is your sailor scoring criteria, right? So that's better with a better final multiple, right? Another difference here, another thing here with the exam is, the final multiple is based off your RKE score, your eval, awards, your education, your service and pay grade, and P&A points. Here, we talked about it earlier, time and rate is not required. You don't have to wait. You just go ahead and take the fucking exam, right? So now ESOs. So ESOs are, and this is for now, like right now, ESOs, create worksheets, submit exam orders for those sellers. And these are the sellers that just kind of rolled into this BBA. Add exam orders for BBA active duty sellers missing from cycle 267, the initial exam orders, right? So add more exams for them. PMKEE, ELD, still eligibility requirements. So you still need those in order to take the RKE, right? Some exemptions here. BBA not available. So billet-based assignment is not available for TAR or CELRES sellers, right?
Yep.
And then let's talk A2P and CA2P. You got anything to add right there, Damon, or no?
No. That's
pretty
good.
self-explanatory, right?
Yeah.
A2P, CA2P in relation to BBA. Have you dealt with A2P and CA2P yet?
Yes. Actually, yes. CA2P I dealt with because 2 of my sailors picked up second class from CA2P.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good, man. Like it wasn't nothing too crazy. It's pretty much the command. We had 2 billets popped up. Our sailors put in for the billets. They got an observe course for 36 months.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, it was pretty self-explanatory on what they had to do. They just had to do a little paperwork, sign the observe paperwork. And then now I think in January or something like that, my sailors are put on second class.
Yeah. And they got billets on the ship. Or they got
on the ship. Yeah.
Okay.
CA2P is the command. So that's the command that you're at. Yeah. So that's why, all it was command. We had to send that stuff off the PERS and make sure it was all good. And then that was it, man.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So A2P, first, opportunities are advertised in My Navy assignments. You can submit up to 7 applications per cycle. And that's for your pay grade or the next higher pay grade, right? After that, and y'all can read the NAVADMIN for specifics on how this thing is tallied and stuff like that. But I'm going to say it's a rack and stack for A2P selection, right? It's pretty much a rack and stack. BBA sailor selected for A2P must obla serve for 36 months. With all other, and then any other prereq requirements for that billet, right? So if it's a school or anything else, like you still need to have all of that stuff. So that's A2P right there. CA2P is, in my opinion, is kind of like a map to a billet on board the ship, right?
Yeah.
And remember, we still talking just only the BBA sellers. All this is strictly talk about BBA sellers, right? So you need, in order to be eligible for this, though, you need 24 months of cumulative C time as an E4 to be eligible for E5 CA2P, right? 24 months cumulative C time. Now, as an E5 to be eligible for E6 CA2P, you need 18 months on that tour, right? So you need to be on that tour for 18 months, right? So 24 months C time period if you want to make E5 CA2P, 18 months on at that command if you want to make E6 CA2P, right? Right, Damon?
Yep.
Must be on C duty or pre-com that has so you got to have a billet. You got to have a billet for you in that next higher pay grade, right? Sure, CA2P, eligible for advancement if the command has available billet that is in line with your rate or your NECs in the next highest pay grade. It got to be something that like you're doing, right? Whether that's NECs or your rate. You obviously serving 36 months beyond your advancement date, but your PRD is not extended, right? That means that you're not going to stay on shore duty. If you do it on the ship, you're going to stay on that ship for 36 months. But if you do it on shore duty, you're not staying on shore duty. Now, if you are a recruiter or you work at RTC, you're also eligible, and the billet is not the same as like the other one where it need to be your source rating on our NEC. You could just jump up in one of those billets in the next higher pay grade, right? So that's that. ISICs, TICOMs, and BSOs, right? So we're going to get into that a little bit. ISICs, TICOMs, and BSOs. For the young seller, we ain't breaking down acronyms too much like that. And I know some of y'all, but y'all need to ISICs, right? Immediate Superior in Command, TICOM, Type Command. Like, y'all should start learning what these things mean so y'all can have a better understanding of the roles that some of these entities play into like the work that we do, right? What's BSO? Budgeting Service Officer or some shit?
Yeah, that's what it stands for, yeah.
Right.
I never dealt with it, but yeah.
And they can move eligible BBA sellers to higher pay grade billets if they are in the same geographic location, right? So your ISIC could also pretty much get you to that higher pay grade. Shore to shore, again, you retain your original your PRD and you won't be extended. When will the BBA sellers be frocked? Once obla serve is achieved to meet new assignment, PRD, and one of these occur, right? So hard copy orders for A2P are received, or Manning realignment request is approved for CA2P, right? Yeah. So that's when you frock.
Yeah. The only, man, it's tough, man. For one, with the ISIC, right, is that now I can see people just moving motherfuckers around if they're good, right? We could just move this. Because say I'm at an ISIC and we got 10 ships in this thing right here now, right? So I got a good young sailor right here. I feel like, hey, let me call up the ISIC real quick to try to put them in on this ship to get them advanced to first class. Yeah. You know what I mean? On this command, I can see some stuff shaking right there, right? The other thing I see is I'm being honest, man. Like I can see some
how they get down.
Yeah, man. And then the A2P and the CA2P, man, is like you at the command, but I'm at another command. Is that billet popping up in my Navy assignment, which it should be, right? Mm-hmm. So are we actually looking at A2P and CA2P when we evaluate them filling that billet before we select the CA2P? Because CA2P, I think, got the advantage. We know this sailor.
Yeah.
Right? We good. We know how they get down. We know how they roll. So is that billet popping up? Because it pop up now, you can have a freaking 50 billets now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From A to P, because they trying to advance too. So now they didn't put all of it, they didn't put it on there. So now we're looking at CA2P and A2P. And I'm sure they are, but I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Like, I need that to be clarified a little bit. Are we looking at all those billets?
Yeah. And then is that giving a command kind of the upper hand and like keeping a seller, whether they want to stay or go?
Yeah.
Or am I tripping?
Yeah.
Am I off?
No, the command when it comes to CA2P, I feel like the command got a lot of power right there, man.
Yeah. And the command, and it's it's not like map where it's a quota, right? As long as it's a billet, you can do it.
It's all
right?
about billet. Yeah, it's all about the billet, man.
Yeah.
It's all about the billet. So I think that gives the CA2P a little bit of an advantage. So if you had a command that billet pop, I feel like automatically you have if you a squared away sailor, I feel like you got the upper hand when it comes to that billet.
And you might not want to gamble with, like, I'm going to call it the marketplace, but my Navy assignment, you might not want to gamble with A2P, right? Yeah. You might just take the CA2P joint.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it's at. But I will tell you, for the junior, the E4s and E5, I think it opened up a little bit for them, though. So now every freaking cycle come out, you can apply.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can just start applying, and sooner or later, hopefully, somebody say yes to your ass, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like you may not have to stay at that same command. I think it helps. A lot of people get stagnant and be there for 5 years. Now you may not have to stay at the same command for 5 years. You know what I mean? Or 4 years, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you can mix that up a little bit there too. So
now, so I guess like seashore rotations, like everything we knew about them, we should just forget.
Bro, that's tough too, because they can pick shore duty billets too.
Oh, for A2P, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do they?
Are they taking that into consideration? That's questions. That's a good question. That's a good question.
I don't know. I mean, I'm tripping. I could be off, but like op tempo, because I'm advancing to position from E4 to E5, right?
Yeah.
And when I do that, I'm obla serving, right?
Yep.
For 3 years. So let's say I see A2P from E4. So I'm on a ship for 30 months, right? And I make E4, right? Already, right? So I'm in the Navy. Well, I'm in the Navy 30 months, make E4, because that's TIS advancement. It's 30 months, right?
Yep.
All right. Months. So now I could go get advanced through the BBA to E5 on a ship. So I see A2P to a billet on a ship to E5. Now, in order to make E6, it's BBA again, right?
Yeah.
So now, am I BBA and A? And for the listeners, some of y'all, I'm going to call y'all bigwigs. I know y'all don't want to be called bigwigs, right? So for some of y'all bigwigs, help me out, because I could be confused here. Now, so I BBA, so I automatically advance to E4, BBA to E5 on the ship. Can I get CA2? And I had to obla serve 36 months, right? But now when I obla serve 36 months, now I'm already eligible. I just take the RKE next time, right? I could just take the RKE.
Well, yeah, you could take
as long as
you have to be like when you go to E5 and E6, that means you have to be at that tour 18. If you at that tour 18 months.
Yeah, as long as I meet those recs.
Yeah, as an E5 though.
Yeah. So then I CA2P. I could CA2P to E6 and then have another 36-month obla serve on that same ship, or is it like, hey, you gotta leave now? Is it that's the one thing I'm wondering. Like when does you gotta leave this command come into play? And maybe I'm tripping and I'm just not.
You can do about 6 years and be a freaking up for chief.
Yeah, but can you do like 8 years on the same ship? Is that?
I know people have. I know people like
but that's before this, right?
Yeah.
But with this, because I could get CA2P twice at the same command, right?
It don't say you can't.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing in this saying that you can't do that.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I'm just wondering, like a seashore rotation type deal. Like,
that's a good question.
I know some people chose to stay out to sea, but if I A2P, well, if I see A2P on, like, I'm gonna just name a ship, the Peralta to E5, and then I do my 18 months or my pre-rec number. What is it, 18 months?
18 months, yeah.
So I do my
E5.
18 months, and then I do my RKE, and then I get command advance to position again as an E6, and then I obla serve Well, I'm obliged serving 36 months. That's a 36-month obliged serve. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I get it now. That's a 36-month obliged serve, just servicing in my career. My PRD, that's not my PRD. No, well, your PRD is changing.
It's going to change. It's going to change. Right. But when you kept saying the CA2P and the A2P, that's the only way we can advance now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a CA2P or a A2P. Yeah, in those rates anyway. So it's going to be one of those. That's the only way you can advance.
So I would want an A2P to E6. I would want to get off that fucking ship at least. Like after, after, that's 5 years, bro. Like 30 months and 18 months. That's already like, that's like 5 years, bro. Ain't it? 30 months and 18, 12, 20. Yeah, that's already like 5 years. You ain't trying to be on shit. I don't know. I guess, and I could be stupid. I could be misreading something. So that's something I'm trying to get an understanding of, like the seashore rotation and PRDs now that we talk about BBA. Yeah. You got any other thing with, I'm going to go to marketplace in a sec, but you got any other thing that you think about when it comes to BBA?
No, nothing else to add to BBA, but I will say this, and I'm going to stress this when I get back. Like, everybody get into this stuff, learn it, how it works, because it can be an advantage for you if you really looking into it and how you can advance in things. There's some advantages to it. But also, like Dumbo said, I think it's some more information that we kind of need. And I think we probably got that information out there. I just haven't had I haven't been at the command. I haven't been nowhere to get more information yet on how that works, especially the sea shore rotation deal that's going on. I think that's some more information that we need. Yeah. But it is some opportunities for this though. Like I think people are gonna not like, because I didn't like how they was doing the DC, but it was only because it was just DC and ABE. You know what I mean? I'm like, nobody advances, but the whole Navy is going to this. They've been saying that stuff since day one, that the whole Navy is going to this BBA thing. So it's happening.
Yeah.
So we just got to get on board with it. But it is some advantages to this, I think.
And there's a BBA handbook out there. And the word I got is that command career counselors need to read that, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link in this episode. So if you want to read and some of y'all, I hope y'all be looking at these links. We be having some good links sometime. But if you want to read the BBA handbook, I'm going to just throw the link in the episode so you could check it out, because that's definitely worth looking at. And it's pictures and colors. It's definitely made for selling. It's definitely made for selling. Yeah. Let's go to marketplace, right? So we've talked about this. We asked about it before with guests. We had fucking coffee table conversations, locker room conversations, all types of conversations about this topic. And we knew this was coming. E6 to chief, fiscal year 26 CPO board. So that's pretty much this year. So E6 to chief now is in senior enlisted marketplace, right? So we started with the master chiefs and we went to the senior chiefs. Now we on E6, right? So all the exam stuff is the same. It's looking like it's going to be a normal 6-week CPO season, right? And that's what I'm going to call it for the sake of my own language. I'm going to call it a season, CPO season. If eligible, screen sellers may remain eligible for SDIP, right? So if you eligible for SDIP, you may remain eligible. Exceptions are like as they've been command senior enlisted program, subs, nukes, musicians, and that's for the E7 only, right? The musicians. SEAL, special boat operator, TAR, and CELRES, right? If you screen, you can apply for potential jobs regardless of your PRD, accounting code, or order status, right? 24 months to be selected, or you got to be rescreened. So similar to the same thing with the BBA. Rack and stack, 36-month obliged serve, and complete billet requirements for orders, right? Only thing is the merit screen, right? So merit screen is something that has already existed when it came to E8 and E9. And that's still there, right? There's no merit screening for E6 to chief, right? Because you're making chief and you get your billet, whatever like that. So there's no merit screen for that. Selected for SIM, you complete 12 months on board your current activity. Am I off there?
Nope, it says 12 months. Yep.
Yeah, so you complete 12 months. So if you get selected, you got to complete 12 months on board your current activity.
And it's the same thing. That's the same thing too. They did that in the CM before with the Massachusetts. Right? Yeah.
If you get op hold or ord mod, right? And just for some sellers that don't know, op hold, that's sea duty. terminology. Ord mod is shore duty terminology. Same shit, just different terminology depending on where you are, right? Frocking and advancement dates will be delayed if you get upheld or ord modded. And I think we asked that question at one point, right, on a pod a couple weeks ago, right? So that is answered. And I want to say they heard the pod, bro.
Yeah.
I want to say y'all heard the pod. Yo, gotta give us a little bit of credit. E8, E9, requirement changed. And that's the waiting 30 days before execution of orders. And that's changed now to whenever out of service achieved, you get your orders for advancement. Right?
That's a pod thing too, man. We brought that up. We brought that to the light. What you doing? We brought that up.
So that's people would prefer that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people would prefer that. The collocation couple thing was where things might have got confusing for me. So
I do not. That's big time right there.
I'm gonna go off my notes and then you tell me what you read. And this what somebody hit me up about this. Shout out to him. He listened to the pod, but and he was like, "Yeah, it's only." But we were taking Amari to urgent care that day. She had strep throat, but he was like, "Yo, I just don't understand what the fuck is going on right there." Right? And I hadn't even read it yet, so I'm like, "Well, shit." I just came from urgent care. When I read it, so this is what I read, Joe. And like I said, where the fact sheet at? I know it's a lot going on here. Where that fact sheet? We needed a fact sheet for this one. We need fact sheet. We need a translator. We need, But so it says the first seller selected becomes the lead seller in the selection process. All right, easy day, right? The spouse's PRD now adjusts to meet the lead seller's transfer month. I get that, right? I understand what that means too. This gives the spouse an opportunity to continue to apply for advancement in a new duty station location. If not selected, right, they'll put in for a job in the current pay grade, but then they still continue to apply for advancement when they get to the new job. That's how I read that.
I read it like that, but let me say this, man. When I read that, man, I put wow behind my notes, man. And the only reason why I put wow is because now, yes, you can get selected in the current pay grade, but now on top of that, it's saying you can be eligible, but at the same time, you got to do 12 months, right? When you get to a new command, you got to do 12 months before you can move, right? So now that's a year right there. You didn't waited longer automatically.
You think they should just clear that up? Because I don't read that.
Yeah.
I read you get the job and then you just keep on applying for advancement.
Yes, I read it like that. But previously, if you look up there and read, it says about 12 months. So I think that do need to be cleared up. You know what I mean? Because if you go to another command, it says on several fronts from SIM to BBA, it says about the 12-month thing, the minimum 12 months.
Yeah, because it ain't like you about to go, because it's another part about short tours, right? But I ain't even write that down because and you could probably talk about it if you want, but because it's another part about short tours, right?
Short tours, yeah.
So it's like, and that might matter in this conversation because like you said, because I'm not about to go to a command for 2 months, bro. It'd be like, and then let's say, because the order's still got to be in that general location. Yeah. Like the order's got to be, that is where it could get kind of nasty at.
Yeah, confusing. Yeah.
Depending on what the short tour shit say.
If you ain't the lead, bro. That can be starting some freaking some hostility in the household.
Like, yo, you the reason,
sorry, babe.
You the reason I'm still at E5, yo. It's because of you, dog. You want to come out here to
man.
Seal Beach. You wanted to come out here to Seal Beach. You know what I'm saying?
The rates matter then, though. Man, your rate matters. Man, that's wild right there.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. It's funny. I had to tell one of my mid comment. I had to tell one of my chiefs the other day. So something happened at my command, and I had made like a decision, and I went to them after, which I shouldn't have. I probably should have went to talk to them first. But it was like kind of like everything was kind of like happening. So I went to them, and I'm like, "Hey, this is what we gonna do." And they like, man, we don't like that. That don't sound good. We don't like that. But then they like, hey, but you got 51%. So we just go, we gonna do it. Like, yeah, they gonna say, it's like, you got 51%. Boo, boo, boo. So we gonna do it, right? So then I leave. I have a conversation with my skipper and I text the group. And when I text the group, I'm like, hey, no, we ain't gotta do that, right? So then they was like, oh, they okay, all right, cool. Then I text them. I said, all percentages matter. You know what I mean? All percentages matter. Don't play with me, man. They had some good points. They had some good points. Yeah. I'm not above, recanting and we human. I'm not above telling them that they right.
Definitely.
But yeah, so that's that when it comes to that. Hey, I don't know, y'all. I think we need some more with the collocation, some more explanation with a couple just small things about collocation. What I really think should happen is in these kind of matters, go to a room, turn some cameras on, get some microphones, find 3 co-located couples, 3 couples, one with maybe kids that have been in the game for a little bit, co-located, one brand new and one probably middling, and just have a transparent conversation with them where you could figure out what their concerns are. It's the same like with the EFM shit. Where you could figure out what their concerns are and they could hear you out so we could get a better understanding of this real world.
Yeah, and I agree with that, Dumbo, and I also agree with the detailers too. Detailers deal with this stuff a lot with the co-location. So I'm assuming they got some insights on different families and different things that's been happening over the years. And I'm assuming that's kind of where some of this information came from that they are putting in here because details got to have firsthand information. But like you said, I think it's just too many though. Details have too many different situations going on. You're right. You get those couples in there that's going through it on a day-to-day and it's been going on for years and years. You got different details getting there, then shit changes and all that stuff. So I agree with you. We need to get that information out because we can't, and I don't think we did this either though. We can't be like making these decisions behind a desk. You know what I mean? And they ain't part of that whole lifestyle. So I'm assuming, and I don't like assuming things either though, but I'm assuming we didn't make this by sitting behind the desk. I'm assuming we asked the right people, we asked the right questions.
Why don't we document and publicize those conversations though, bro? If I could do anything, right? If I had the ability, I would, like before that NAVADMIN, like the NAVADMIN would come out, but then the tabletop conversations about that NAVADMIN would come out where people could hear the considerations, the thoughts, it could be like a real world conversation based off this NAVADMIN. I think I would do that. Or even after you release a NAVADMIN like this one, go do some roundtables in a couple places and ask, because it says that all of this shit is going to be looked at in a year. Some with the SSC, scoring the SSC would be looked at in a year for annual review and stuff like that. I think like all of these NAVADMINs should be like, all right, it's the big ones, not like the announcements and all that shit, but the big ones like this. Hey, boom, let's announce this. Here go your fact sheet. And then here's our deliberation or something like that. People will watch them. You tabletop it though. Yeah, you tabletop it. Don't do no boring courtroom type thing. Just, hey, tabletop, have these conversations. I think that'd be cool as hell. Because I don't want to press the force button a million times. Like, hey, and if anybody listening over there, I don't want to like, hey, Force, can you come on a pod? Let's talk about this. Force, can you come on a pod? Let's talk. Because I really, hey, Bill, I wanted to call you, bro. I really wanted to call somebody from over there and just have a conversation. Because a lot of this shit it's not that, I'm not even talking about whether people like it or not. I'm just talking about the translation of it, right? A lot of this shit, and like these NAVADMINs can only be but so perfectly written, right? There's going to be something in here that somebody got a question about that we might not have put in there, right? So for instance, I got an instruction at my command. It's like a barracks instruction where I said like, hey, a chief is in charge of this responsibility, right? The reason why I didn't say the chief performs the task is because I wanted the gray area of the chief being able to delegate, right? So I said the chief is in charge of the task being performed. So if I'm going to talk to somebody now and I'm going to go talk to a chief, but I don't care how you get it done. I just care that you could speak for it. So the instruction is written with a little bit of gray. And I think sometimes the nav admins might not be written as we thought. Like, yes, they try to cover as much, 95% coverage. But I think that 5% we might not have thought about, right?
Yeah.
To say, not like we thought about it, yeah, but to speak it to somebody, right? So that's kind of like my thoughts. And I'm a little passionate about it.
Your thoughts are spot on, but I also want to add what else it does if they had this table talk and they had the mics, they had all this. I think what that also does is let the Navy and let any military know that these conversations are being had.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't really know. We know all these damn admin comes out, but the only thing I do tabletops on is like scheduling. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? PB for T or something. We all sitting around trying to make this happen or whatever. But do these table talks actually happen? I'm going to say yes, but do I really know?
We don't know.
I don't have a clue.
Well, we think they do.
Yeah, we think they do. Yeah. But we'll clear all that up, right? We'll clear all that up. It's good to go. But yeah, man, I think that's a great idea, man. Then on top of all that, you'll give me a whole lot to talk about. So I wish y'all did do that.
Yeah. And especially amongst young sellers. Because I'm also at a point where I know the conversations happen amongst detailers and amongst senior enlisted sellers and officer corps and stuff like that. And I think we look at numbers and I know we do all that shit, right? But amongst young sellers, what the feedback is. And like you said, it probably is, but we just don't know. Yeah. We just don't got. So that's my thoughts with that. Let's do some table discussions sometime when it comes to these nav. Frequently asked questions, right? How we come up with those. How do we come up with them? You know what I mean? Let's actually get somewhere where people ask questions and, and like we saying, no smoke, because we know that we believe that these conversations are happening, but let's see it every now and then. Especially for nav admins. I feel like I'm doing too much trying to clean this shit up. Hey, take it how you want to take it, though. You got to do that. Hey, take it how you want to take it, man. Hey, let's go to EFM, exceptional family member, right? Exceptional family member. It says apply for orders for advancement. It says consider your family care needs when applying, right? You better consider your family care as if you weren't. You know what I mean? But some people probably don't. EFM sellers orders will be received by PERS 456 to make sure care is available. If care is not available, you wait and reapply next My Navy assignment cycle, right? With the normal orders negotiation window, may be selected for orders in current pay grade if it suits your EFM need. So if you're leaving within your normal orders negotiation window, you may be selected for orders in your current pay grade if it suits your EFM needs, and then just continue to apply for orders in the next pay grade, right? So again, that's that same conversation with the 12-month orders. That's the same conversation as the collocation, right? So we might have to look at that short tour thing because I don't got that in my notes.
Hey, I want to say something about that though. Hey, what we are not going to do with this is I'm saying this straight up. This is what I don't want to happen. We don't have a lot of people pulling in for these billets. I don't want no one to see it as an EFM and say, oh, we don't want to take that chance on this thing. We don't want them to advance because we don't want to take the chance, right? So that's not what we're going to do. And I'm saying that because, right, you're going to have 50 people apply for this billet. You're going to know if they have an EFM. And with EFM, it's possibly that something can happen, right? It's possibly that we can lose this sailor. So what I don't want to happen is they to be judged off of that. And because sometimes commands select these bills. Command rack and stack. Commands do.
Yeah.
That's part of my Navy assignments. Commands rack and stack them.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that. So I just want everybody to know that's not what we are doing. I'm hoping commands are not doing that.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say something about that and clear that up, man, because all those numbers are going to be there together. Everybody who put in for those billets. And then once they get selected, don't be hitting that sailor up with no shit like, hey, you put in for this billet. Suck it up, fix it, or what? No, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to, touch that a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah. And just some more stuff. So again, it's more to this NAVADMIN, y'all. The short tour stuff that I think is important. We might need to pull that up right now, Damon. Assignments for less than 12 months. So advancement eligible sellers on a tour less than 12 months may apply for a job in their current or next higher pay grade. If they're not selected for an advancement opportunity, they may be selected for an in-grade, in-pay grade job. If the sailor is unable to fill the billet within 3 months of the order's report date, orders will be canceled and the rating detailer will evaluate the circumstance. Advancement eligible sailors may continue to apply for advancement. I don't know. That's even more confusing to me. Because that seems like I'm down that same 12-month rabbit. That seems like if I'm a spouse co-located, that seems like I'm down that same 12-month rabbit hole. Like, I don't know though. Yeah. Like again, I could be reading that one wrong. So it is a small part of this, I guess, where it's I don't know. Maybe it's just me that's confused and Damon. We both seem confused. Yeah. It says some more stuff, including so some legal hold stuff. There is some exceptions to policy there. About how to do that, what happens if you're on legal hold, and then also some annual review stuff for SSC. You know, that's pretty much that NAVADMIN in a nutshell. If it's a lot of stuff I like on it's about BBA, bro. It's a lot I like about BBA.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. Like I said before, man, there's some advantages in that thing, man. So I just need everybody, man, to know crap. Hey, realize that this is happening and educate yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Educate yourself, man. Because this is going to be about you more than anything. You're going to have commands that's going to be there. They're going to talk to you. They're going to educate you much as possible. But hey, this is looking like to me, it's going to be more about you and what you want to do and your preferences and how you want to attack things. Because you got A2P, which is outside of where you at. And then you got CA2P is there. Right. So it's a lot of things that you're going to have to make decisions on. So educate yourself on this stuff to make sure you understand how it works.
Yeah. Hey.
Because that 24. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm listening to you.
Because that 24-month thing means something. The 18 months means something. Those numbers mean something. Educate yourself on what you can do. And when I say advantages, man, like you said a little bit about it today, you could be at that same command. And you get your 24, then you can wait a little bit, then you take the exam in 18 months. I mean, you right there for all that stuff. Like, crowd can maybe in 6 years, 7 years and be first class. You know what I mean? Maybe at the same command, but I don't know if I want to do that, but it's very possible.
Yeah. And then for like my PERS people, my detailers, my career counselors, my master chiefs that's in the mix. Hey, I did the best I could do at reading and trying to understand this. If I said something completely stupid, hit me up. Educate me. So I can know what the hell I'm talking about, because we are turning these mics on and having these conversations. So I think that I think we did a good job reading through this and kind of analyzing and stuff. But if it's something we screwed up on, let us know so we could get that information.
And trust me, a lot of that stuff is rolling through my brain. Like you said, there's a lot of stuff going on up there. So I could be wrong on a lot of things, man, but most definitely educate me. And I'm also trying to make sailors better every day. So the more knowledge I know about it, the better I can help sailors out, man. So most definitely, if I said something out of pocket, most definitely hit me up and let me know.
Friendly fire in the Red Sea. A couple of people sent me this. And, I think they was like wanting me to clown, but I don't know if I could clown this, man.
Yeah, man,
it's crazy though.
It's crazy though. I mean, we could clown about it because it's friendly fire, but my thing is, man, we in the Red Sea. Shit, like this is we at the height of whatever going on right now. That's where we at.
Yeah.
Right. So shooting each other down over there is kind of crazy to me. And I don't even know how it happened with all the type radars and things we have. But, shit happens. Things happen. I'm assuming it was a mistake. But everybody with minor injuries, what I read from it, it was just minor injuries, man. So that's a positive out of this whole thing, man. But mistakenly fired and hit the aircraft. That's crazy.
Yeah, we can't afford this shit, yo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Tell you they have to laughing at us and shit, man. Like these motherfuckers. Yeah.
This is another. I just looked. This says a second Navy jet nearly brought down by friendly fire in the Red Sea. Damn, bro. There's another joint. The U.S. nearly shot down a second Navy fighter jet over the Red Sea on Saturday, missing it by just 100 feet in a friendly fire incident. Damn, bro. Not one, but two Hornets were flying above Gettysburg. Anti-Houthi missions. Navy launched prior to surface air missiles. Damn, bro, another one?
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
Damn.
It was involved Air Force and Navy. So it was a joint type thing going on over there, man. Shit. At the the bottom, I saw that U.S. Air Force and U.S. Navy included.
Yeah. Damn, bro. Hell, we got going on over there, man. We got to be careful. Yeah, we got to be careful. It's funny, like I'm holding back. I know some listeners probably listening like, yo, Davo, yo, Cloud. I'm holding it back for some reason, man. I feel like it's the fog of war, bro. You know what I mean? Like we in the shit, and we can't afford shit like. So I'm not saying that like shit like this should happen or is expected to happen. We really can't afford shit like this to happen, but these ships have been out there holding it down, like out there a lot, dealing with shit. And I could see a fuck up now and then. I don't justify it. I don't think it's okay or none of that. But I could see it. We really can't afford it. And I know whoever did it, I know like whoever responsible, they probably done, bro. Like,
yeah, they gonna do an investigation on it, man. And we talking about it in the Red Sea, so it's probably a wrap for them. Depending on how it happened. But right, I'm not clowning right now because this is not a training thing. You know what I mean? This is like in the Red Sea. So it's not a training thing, man. So as they say in the Navy, when it comes to aircraft, they will be grounded.
Yeah. But we could recognize our shit, right? And we could talk to our like each other, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we need to wait till the investigation kind of comes out to really see what, really happened. But I don't really want to, this is a little different than like the scope being on backwards. You know what I mean? Like it's a little different than that. So but hey, y'all, like, hey, be careful out there, and we can't afford shit like this. Our enemies are watching us at all fucking time. Right?
Yeah, man.
That should go without saying,
Yeah.
Drones, I don't know. It's a lot of drones right now. I got nothing for that. But I guess it's been a couple over like military bases. So they did send out, it was a Navy letter, I want to say, that came out about what to do if you see a drone.
I tell you what, man, I don't know. This is too important, man. I'm taking them drones down, man. You going over military bases and shit. It's too much shit going on right now, man. Everybody know you can't be flying that shit over military sites and military this because somebody can hack your shit and see everything you got. You know what I'm saying? If we let the motherfucker fly that shit over, take them down.
Would you shoot a drone down?
Shoot them down. No, well, not over my house, but over a military facility or something. Man, take them motherfuckers down, bro. Because I feel like you are giving the enemy access. Man, everybody's shit can be hacked, man. If you got a drone flying over that shit,
they them alien drones, bro. You gonna go shoot one of them joints down. You gonna be a bubble in the middle of it. You gonna be just a gooey bubble. They gonna be like, yo, that shit that turned David into bubbly goo out here, man. In front of Building 101, man.
Oh my goodness.
you could be a gooey bubble, bro. Right outside the exchange, man. They'd be like, yo, what the hell happened? There go David bubbling up in the middle of the street, man.
Hey, shit's crazy, man. Over Camp Pennington. Bro, this over Camp Pennington, man. Come on, man. We gotta get them up out of here, man.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell going on with that, but that's that, though. I don't know nothing about the G-Dub, the alcohol ban, though.
Well, the only thing I know a little bit from what I read, man. Actually, my son brought it up to me yesterday too, man, and said, he just like brought it out the blue. And he was like, they drunk themselves to death. I'm like, what? But then when I read about it, that's kind of weird. Because my first thing was, this was my first, when I read the title, and you know how you try to dissect in your mind before you read it. The first thing I thought about, what the G-Dub just got over there. A lot of things different in Japan, right? You can go out of town and act up and they shut you down. Right, you get shut down. So that was my first thing I was thinking that was going on. But this seems to be a little bit different, man. It seemed to be like, alcohol-related incidents that's part of this command that a couple sailors passed away from. being found unconscious after drinking a lot.
In the base hotel room?
Yeah, base hotel, yeah. So, man.
Ireland, man.
Yeah. And then you had 2 of them, like months between each other, bro. So, yeah, man, it's crazy.
Separate incidents?
Separate incidents, man. Separate incidents.
Hey, bro. Well, this is days. These 3 days. This here is a 3 days between.
Oh, no. You're right. It's days. Yeah. I'm saying months. Days, yeah.
Bro. And so the G-Dub, right? Just for the G-Dub is the same ship that was in RCOH that 7 sailors self-transitioned from like a year and a half, 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
G-Dub, man, yo, it's a lot of. So I was on Bush, and we were across from the G-Dub, and we had sellers come over, transfer from the G-Dub to the Bush, and they didn't have good experiences on the G-Dub, right? Not saying everybody, it's a carrier, right? You got thousands of sellers on
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
But the ones that I knew had very bad experiences. Then the G-Dub is out of RCOH, underway, Haze Gray underway, out and about. And I've heard some bad news coming out of G-Dub, and not like connected with the chain of command or nothing like that. So I'm not speaking on the chain of command. But I heard some bad, and I don't know about the chain of command. So if somebody got something to say, definitely tell me. But I'm not speaking on chain of command. But I've heard bad seller stories coming out the G-Dub. This is not a good story at all. 2 sellers drinking until they die. And I know, I say all that to say that I know the responding, and one of my sellers now, they date somebody on the G-Dub, so they get kind of information back. But I'm making an assumption and kind of going off what I know from the little bit he told me. Bro, the after action and damage control from all of this and the shit that we gonna do now, it gotta be harsh, bro. Like just the alcohol being banned, you know, because I'm like, that's on and off, that's off the ship, right? That's like when you're on Liberty, you can't drink, right?
Yeah, can't drink. Nope. That's crazy, bro. Man. Yeah.
And it's probably people. I wonder how they're like upholding that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how they making sure that nobody drinking.
I think it's
breathalyzer?
Like, yeah, probably. I'm assuming it's most definitely you coming on board that thing with frequent breathalyzers. I'm assuming that's happening. And then one thing about it is, man, you can't put eyes on 3,000 whatever sales that's on there. But what you can do is you can hold a motherfucker accountable when they do get caught. That's kind of where I think it goes. We're going to put it out. We're going to put it in action. And then you're going to have somebody still go out there and do it. Right. And then you just got to hold them accountable, man. And then that's how you get your point across. So that's what we learn from, man. We learn from examples of somebody else, you know, getting in trouble for something.
Oh, it just says, since October, restrictions put in place beyond a temporary order have prohibited Japan-based sellers from visiting or drinking alcohol in off-base businesses between midnight and 5 a.m. But I just know it's like, just as leadership, like somewhere like that, like it's a lot of questions that probably have been asked and are being asked. Like, how do we fix this type of shit? How do we make this better? Man, bro, like as a triad too on there, like just imagine, bro. You know, it ain't been a great 4 years of like public news about the G-Dub, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. That's a rough one for me.
Yeah, it's rough too, man. And we talking about somebody drinking themselves to death, man. Like that's a lot of alcohol, man. We talking about like they possibly, and I'm assuming they possibly, man, was trying to go out, man. If you drinking yourself that much, man, that's a lot of alcohol, man.
Yeah, are you in a crib? Are you just in a room playing video games and shit, and you just don't know? Yeah, bro, like I could see somebody. I would think you would pass out first
before. Yeah,
but I don't know. That's some science shit, doctor stuff. That it's just a rough story, bro. I don't even know how to really cover it, but hopefully that chain of command, that leadership, that chief's mess, hopefully y'all find some resolutions there, you know,
Yeah.
and sellers too. You know, well, not and so everybody's sellers, but and junior sellers as well. Like this is something everybody need to come. I need my CSAT, right? I need my CSAT. Like we need to come together and figure something out in a real way, you know? I'm not saying to bring them up because that's what we supposed to say. I'm saying like that's what CSAT is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like not just sell Chick-fil-A sandwiches, bro. You know what I mean? Like the coalition of sellers against destructive decisions. Let's empower y'all. How do we change this, right? So the first part of this is we need to listen to y'all. What the fuck is going on, right? Y'all tell us, right? Tell us. Be transparent. Tell us. And then, all right, now how do all of these entities we got on the ship that's supposed to be helping against this, and I think you got like a suicide question later, but how do all of these entities on the ship that's supposed to be helping against this really actually help?
Yeah.
Right? Because I really don't be knowing what CSATs do. You know, some junior sellers gonna be mad at me, but I don't know. Like I know CSATs do like things, but I don't see it like colliding for sellers against destructive decisions. I see CSATs doing great things, but I don't see CSATs always doing things that got to do with destructive decisions, right? So I think we implement, and that's not me saying that other people are not either. Everybody. CSAT, chief mess, first classes, officers, everybody need to come together and figure out what our pressure points are at this command, and let's address these and try our best to fix them. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Not too much on CSAT though. I don't want CSAT to feel like they're being attacked. Like I just think that CSAT could be empowered to do, and it ain't just on the junior sellers. I think it's on the senior sellers too. CSAT is there for a reason. Let's utilize CSAT for the reason why they're there and empower them to do what it is that it's in their job description to do. Maybe I'm tripping about CSAT, Damon.
No. You good. I'm gonna hit on it a little bit too later, but yeah, man, like that's what we have to do, man. Like we have to get in, we have to educate, and right now they're a big source, for us to use.
Yeah.
Right. So
peers
use it. So yeah, I agree 100% with you, man.
Like the CSAT at your command, you got a CSAT?
Yeah, we got CSAT, man. Big time. Like, I mean, I'm on a carrier, so it's a lot. It's a lot of people.
Now, what do you see from CSAT? Like fundraisers and stuff?
Fundraisers, always, they got a little spot, everybody, out there. It's kind of like one of those things where we got this, like, we call it vending row or whatever. It's an open area, man. They always got tables out there. Everybody walking by, they interacting, and they got pamphlets and they got things they want to talk about. They have events that they doing and they trying to get you to come to and all that stuff they do.
Do it be surrounded around destructive decisions?
Yeah, it's everything.
That's good.
Man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
They do a good job.
Yeah, and that's what we need to see from CSAT. You know what I mean? People need to do. I remember the First Class Petty Officer Association when I was a junior seller. They were like about addressing problems with the sellers. They were like, hey, because I was like a FSA or something one day. I was at one of the meetings. I don't know if I was supposed to be, but I was somewhere listening. And I heard them talk about, like they were going through their notes and minutes and stuff. But a lot of what they were talking about was like advocating for sellers, like advocating for junior sellers. I think we get a lot of committees today that fundraise, that's out there active, but I think some of the other aspects of it can be stronger in places, right? So now employ them, right? Employ your first classes, employ your chiefs, right? I ain't gonna keep saying that. Just let's just address some of these problems, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming there's some problems to be addressed, right?
Oh,
right.
A lot of problems that can be addressed. But I would say, go ahead.
What up?
No, I would say this though, man. Like when it comes to CSAT and things like that, man. I when I was coming up, man, I feel like it was just a CSAT. You know what I mean? I feel like now, man, these junior sailors are way more involved and making things and being straightforward with what they want to do and what they trying to accomplish. That when I came in, we know it was there, but we wasn't out there on the forefront You know what I mean? That own it. It's like these younger sailors are now. It's a lot of these like even the E5s, the second class, the JEA, and in the first class mentioned all. They out there doing way more than I was doing when we was first class. Maybe that's because it was a small ship. I don't know. But when I was, man, they out there doing stuff, man. They out there making things, making like pamphlets and stuff, man. I wasn't making no pamphlets. You know what I mean? I might give you a PowerPoint maybe or something, but I wasn't doing the things they was out there having it all in the plan of the week or the plan of the day or where they're gonna be and what they doing and all that stuff they do now, man, was way more. You know, they doing way more now than I was doing when I came in.
Yeah, and if I could sum up what I'm saying is, yeah, right, that's great. So now we need leadership to reach out when CSAT's needed to do the destructive decision thing. Like, hey, let's get CSAT in here to help us fix this problem, right? You know, don't let CSAT do it on their own. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah. I got you.
I don't want no smoke from CSAT, man.
Yeah, CSAT.
I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke from CSAT, bro. Tom Cruise. You know, so Tom Cruise get a top honor, a top U.S. Navy honor. And like any other seller, when somebody get an award, you know, you debate on if you feel like they deserve it or not. You know what I mean? I think whatever this is that Tom Cruise got is deserved. It's for outstanding contributions to the Navy and Marine Corps, increased public awareness. Man, we might have a whole generation or two that's in the Navy because of Tom Cruise, man. Like, he might have been the biggest recruiting tool for the Navy, bro, for a 15-year stretch, man. You know, so he deserved whatever flowers he get, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. I'm a Tom Cruise fan, so he most definitely deserves everything he get. And I don't know the criteria, right? So if I knew the criteria, I'd make it think a little bit different. But if anybody deserve it, it has to be Tom Cruise, man. In '86, when they came out with Top Gun. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. Everybody, I was like 7 years old at the time, and I watched Tom Cruise in '86. Man, everybody know about Top Gun. If you haven't seen the Top Gun, the original, man, I don't know where you've been at. I mean, I guess the young kids may have not seen it, but if you came in, if you were the 80s, 90s, and stuff like that, you most definitely watched Top Gun, man. So, yeah, man, you know how it is, man. They even said, remember when it came out in 22, they were talking about how the recruitment went up a little bit after they dropped the Top Gun too. So, yeah, the sequel.
They was out there at the movie theaters with the tables and all, you know? So, give him his flowers. Yeah, that's it. Congrats, Tom Cruise.
Congrats, man. Good, big deal. One more take I had, man, because we haven't talked about it, and I know you may have said anything, but the unexpected Kendrick Lamar album. I know you're a Kendrick guy. You know what I mean? Unexpected album. What's your take? What's your thoughts about it, man? Because I saw a little clip about it on what's the guy name, man? Joe Budden pod, and it was news to them. They was like, what? What happened? He dropped this? So what's your take, man? What you think, man?
Yeah, why you say I'm a Kendrick guy, though?
I thought you was a Kendrick guy, man. You not?
I mean, what is a Kendrick guy?
Meaning...
Let's figure that out first.
But you know, because in the beginning, man, like you was on me hard. You know, I was probably 60-40 Drake, man.
Yeah.
I was probably like 60-40 Drake.
Wrong. I mean,
yeah. And you was clarifying all that shit for me, man. Like whatever, like, you know, but. So I just said a Kendrick guy, man. I'm
a fan of Kendrick, right? I'm a fan of Kendrick. I like him. Let me give a qualifier. I think J. Cole is the best rapper, like pure rapper of his generation, right? So that's Kendrick, Drake, Cole, Big Sean, Wale, all of them. I think Cole
Big Crit. Yeah, throw him in there too.
Yeah, Crit is somewhere there, right?
Yeah.
But I think Cole is the best. He got the best pen. I think Kendrick got the best brain. I think he the boldest. I think he make the best projects. I think he make the most thought-provoking, provocative stuff out of his generation. And I think Drake is the biggest. I think he's the biggest. he's the most widely acceptable. He the most sellable. Like, all of that, right? I think they all kind of got their own forefronts. So Kendrick, it's been times in my life that I call Kendrick overrated, right? Just so people kind of understand. And the reason why I was calling him overrated was lyrically, right? I thought his lyrics wasn't as good as they should be. But I was also discounting like his expressionalism. Like Kendrick, out of Kendrick and Drake, Kendrick is the best expressionalist out of all of them. Like his tonality, like the way he says it is convincing, his conviction in his words. Like he's better than them at that. So that, like, and I was talking to my friend, I'm like, so if you add that in, that might have to make up for some of the lyrics. You can't always be lyrical if you're worrying about how this is going to sound with the conviction part, right? And then he creative, like he makes music with concepts. All right, that's neither here nor there. When I first heard the album, I was not a fan. There was songs on there that I did not like. A bunch of them, I didn't understand where he was coming from. He got this new voice, this lisp thing that he does that I wasn't big on. But I can't lie, bro. I kept listening to the album. And this song, Peekaboo, that's on the album, which is my favorite song on the album, actually.
Yeah.
But now I'm not saying that's the best song. I think the best song is between like Heart Part 6, the first track, TV Off. It's a couple tracks on there that I think could compete for the best song. But when artists get to this stage of their career, bro, I look at it like this. Do they have at least 2 songs on there that could be best in career, right? Like some of the best songs they made in their career. Do they got at least 2? He had at least 2, right? And that was on first listen. I think he had 3 of them that I thought like, oh man, these are like that song Luther with SZA is amazing, So I'm like, all right, these are that. So I'm cool. It don't matter your album, I'm cool. But then as I kept listening to the album, some of the more West Coast stuff, like Peekaboo, really started to grow on me bad, bro. Like it grew on me bad, man. So I'm a big fan of the album. I really love it. It's my most listened to album of 2024. And for me, it's the most easily digestible Kendrick album. And it might have more repeat value than most of Kendrick albums that I've listened to this album more than To Pimp a Butterfly, more than Mr. Morale already.
Yeah.
Maybe more than Damn. Definitely not more than Section 80. But I've listened to this album a lot already. So I think it's good. I think he did a good job.
I'm going to tell you my thoughts. First off, with you saying that about how much you listen to it, I think also I listen to it a lot too. But the reason why I listen to it a lot, because ain't nobody putting shit out right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not saying that, like the album ain't good. But my first thoughts about the album was, like, I'm with you, man. Like his delivery, I think his delivery in these songs is crazy to me, how he deliver. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But what I thought when I first listened to it was that he was jumping on the hype train. He had already hit him with this and hit him with that. Why not drop an album right now? You're at the top of your game right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought because we unannounced, that's the first thing I thought. He didn't drop this album, and he still could have did it like that. But it, as you said though, it's some songs on us. I'm just like you with it though. It's some songs on there, but it's also some songs like, this dude is good, man. Like the way he was hitting them and the way he was in it. So I'm kind of with you on that, but I think he was taking advantage of where he at right now in his career. And he's one of those guys that's probably got 100 freaking tracks somewhere just sitting. You know what I mean? So let me go ahead and take advantage of this and put some of this stuff out. Let me update it a little bit and freaking go ahead with it. But the people he added on there with him, because Kendrick is one of those guys that's I could be wrong here, but he's one of those guys that always did it himself. He kind of like he'll make a whole album just him. You know what I mean? Type stuff. But he put some people on there that was right for what he was trying to do in this project, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they was in the right spot, right location, doing it what they needed to do. And it was great, man. So I'm still where I'm at with, because I'm going to tell you, man, I'm one of those people that I'm an underdog guy. I love the underdog stories and stuff, man. And I felt when when him and Drake went to battle, I knew Drake pen wasn't better than Kendrick pen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like a good underdog story though. And I just like the fact that when Drake first came, when they first got into it, Drake was trying to take on everybody. You know what I mean? All conference and all that stuff. True. You know what I mean? But really, he should be concerned about Kendrick.
Yeah, that's it.
Kendrick, he should have been concerned about. But that's my only take on it, man. As the underdog, I knew from ahead of time, if you drop one song on this and it went away, I thought, oh man, Drake, you did good, man. You held your own. But you started dropping track. You ain't finna hold up against freaking Kendrick that long, man. 3 songs, you ain't finna hold up 3 or 4 songs with Kendrick. It's impossible.
And he out for blood. He won. Like Drake ain't used to that. Like Drake, Drake is good. He cushion. Like he not used to somebody really out for blood. Man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you're right. And I'm gonna say this one more thing, and I'm gonna say this about Kendrick. I think Kendrick was sitting back and wanted Drake's head, and I think those tracks was already ready for Drake.
Yeah,
I think they was already sitting there. They was already, this motherfucker hit me with this. I'm gonna hit him with this one. I'm gonna hit him with. I think they was already ready for him, man.
When he did the Like That with Future, he was ready for a war with Drake. He was ready to go, and he's a calculated dude, and mostly everything he do is intentional. Like he might have started the beef
on purpose
to promo for the Super Bowl. Like he might have been cooking this up. Like he just that. Like, because I mean they've been at a Cold War for 15 years, right? Yeah. So to actually push the button, it's time. He got off the label. He got off TDE. It was time to push the button. And for the Family Matters fans out there, Family Matters, the Drake song is fire. It's incredible. Like he rapped his ass off on the first 2 parts. I wasn't a big fan of that. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now. Like I wasn't a fan of that Dr. Seuss flow on the 3rd part about Kendrick. Where is your uncle at? Because I want to talk to the man in the house. Like I wasn't a fan of that part of it, so I automatically deducted points. But all the rest of that was crazy. Like I just lit lock with I heard Rick drop. Like I thought all that was tough. But just when he started singing to Kendrick, I was like, nah, this ain't for me. But Family Matters is fire. It is the best rapping out of the beef. Drake did do the best rapping out of the beef. I ain't gonna sit here and lie about that. But Kendrick, he out-angled him. He outwitted him. He outsmarted him. He outthought him. He out everything to Drake, right? So that's kind of my thoughts on that again.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Army, Navy played. Navy won. It was a while ago, so we ain't got to dig too deep to it. Go Navy, bust they ass, got them up out of there.
Got them up out of there, man. And Army was ranked. Get the fuck out of here, man. You guys had a good season, but hey, when it comes to that gridiron and us, I'm talking that shit, man. They got our ass last year. But good win, Navy. Go Navy.
Yeah, new year. Y'all can't mess with us, but y'all got to wait a whole nother year to see. Yeah. I wanted tickets. For those that, I'm stationed over there, I wanted tickets so bad, man. I had tickets just so y'all, I had tickets. I could have went to any Navy game this season because I had the tickets to go to the Navy games if they were in Annapolis. Having a new baby, it's just a lot, man. I ain't really making fun of the games. But I wanted to go to Army Navy a little bit, but also that was the same day that I think, that was the same day we did the party for Amari. So I wouldn't have been able to watch the game anyway, but go Navy. Go Navy. We did it this year. We did it. We might have to try to do a spirit spot next year, Damon. A PTSF spirit spot for the Army Navy game.
Yeah, man. We got to get more creative and do some stuff like that, man. I
saw some influencers at the game too.
Yeah, man. That's big good shit.
Influencers. Holiday games, bro. Holiday games. Hey, for the listeners, we talked a little bit about music. We got a little bit of sports, and we're gonna go back to some Navy stuff before we wrap it up. Holiday games is the day after Christmas. Netflix had the NFL on Netflix for the first time. I think they had a 3-game contract. They did 2 games yesterday, starting at 1 p.m., 1300 for the military people, for the initiated, right? And the other game was at 1630. Mariah Carey singing her song in the beginning, Christmas joint. Beyonce performing at halftime. But let's start out with just how did you think Netflix did at presenting football?
Man, let me tell you, man, I think Netflix killed it, man. And they killed it on so many different fronts, man. You know, most of the people who they brung into that was somebody who probably got let go doing that ESPN thing. You know, ESPN was firing people. Man, Netflix picked them right on up. Come on. Come on home, man. Like stuff. So I like that angle of it. And I don't know what it was, man, but you watch any of them?
Yeah, so before you go, I'm going to say this. The Tyson fight, right? The Tyson and Paul fight. Yeah. Netflix was glitching, right? Yeah. It was glitching a lot, buffering a lot. Yeah. Beyonce, even on one of her promos, she did like a little glitch on a promo thing. It was funny. Yeah. Super creative. My Netflix, just for the listeners, I think some people's probably did. My Netflix did not glitch at all. It was 4K the whole entire time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched some of each game and I watched halftime show.
So I wanted you to know, man, that whole 4K thing came home to me, man. It looked so good on my screen. Me and Ella was like looking at it, was like, man, that shit looks so freaking good on the screen, man. I was like, holy crap.
Some of the camera angles.
Yeah.
Like that first game, that one of them, like that first camera angle behind the kicker or something for the initial kickoff. I'm like, what the hell? I ain't never see cameras that close,
man. That shit was crazy. So the camera, the whole thing, man. And overall, man, the holiday games, man. LeBron even tried to say something in one of his things, man. But those football games was fire, bro. Yeah. They was fire. I don't know if you see the clip of LeBron say, I like football, but the NBA is blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Well, the NBA been doing Christmas. The NBA been doing Christmas.
Yeah. We're going to see the numbers later, LeBron. We'll see what the numbers say later. But at the same time, man, I think Netflix did that thing. And I think this is, every time somebody does something like this, man, it's an angle being taken. So they're going to get a couple more games. They're going to get some games during the season next year. Get ready. It's going to happen. They'll get some more games during the season. And when they get some more, and eventually they're going to get that contract.
Yeah. They got the WWE coming.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they got to compete. Like, you got to compete against the other streaming services, right? So now it's like, because it was almost, because I thought Squid Game was going to come out right after the football games. And I was like, yo, that Netflix about to have us watching Netflix for the next 2 days straight. You know what I mean? But it ain't happened like that. I don't think Squid Game is out yet. As we record, and I know it's probably out when y'all hear it, but yeah, bro. Everything, the graphics that they used, like, you know, just on like the scoreboards and stuff, like everything looked good. It was a little in the beginning, like I think like RG3 was like looking for a picture, it wasn't there yet. It was a couple small things like that. Yeah. But still, man, I think the presence. Now I did see on Twitter some people was dealing with glitches. But I think it was like half and half. Like a lot of people didn't have glitches at all. I didn't have one glitch the whole time.
Glitching. Step your internet game up, man. Cause I watched it on, you know what I mean? Maybe it's your internet got you glitchy, but I didn't glitch. I wasn't glitching at all.
That's them people living out in the Ozarks, man. You know what I mean? Like, but it was good. It was good to me. Very good. You got to think, bro. It was commercials playing during the Netflix game, so marketing dollars. Like, so that's close to like, I'm not gonna say Super Bowl, but all of these companies are paying Netflix marketing dollars to promote their product inside of Netflix, you know, during a football game. So now Netflix getting marketing money from these companies, because all of those commercials were like, some of them were original commercials. Some of them was like Netflix commercials. And so Netflix is creating its own like universe a little bit too, with like using their actors and characters for different things, commercials and all types of stuff, man. It's a very smart move by Netflix, bro.
Yeah.
You know, then the NFL wasn't about to play no games with the glitching, like the fight. Like, nah, we ain't about to, no. You know? So, all right. And then the other big part, which was big for, I wish Tisha was here for this, the Beyonce Bowl, right? Beyonce Bowl. I remember one time she said Beyonce is the hardest like working person ever. And I'm like, well, what about this person? I'm like, Tish might have been right, but like Beyonce just might be the hardest working person in the world, man. She, in my opinion, she put on a damn show, man.
Man, how I know, you know, Beyonce, they billionaires and all this stuff, man. But how Beyonce can keep looking like that, man? I'm gonna go back before I get on Beyonce. Mariah Carey too. Come on, Mariah. Man, Mariah looks like she's 20 years old in that thing, man.
It's a reason Mariah was a pre-recorded video. I mean, she do look Mariah do look good. She looked good, to make up the job. She looked good. But Mariah cares a lot about how she looks. Her light, I think she bring her own lighting crew when she go on interviews and stuff like that. Mariah cares about how she looks. She gonna stay up. But I said, that wasn't a live performance from Mariah. That was pre-recorded, studio recorded. Yeah. She probably wouldn't sound like that right now. You know what I mean?
Mariah, she was a beast now. But
Mariah is one of the best. Mariah is one of the greatest. But the last time I saw her perform that song, it was like a CNN New Year's Eve bash or whatever. She wasn't hitting them. She had too many drinks, bro. She probably had too many drinks. So Mariah, I feel like Beyonce wasn't. I think she was lip syncing too, bro.
She may have been a lot of those lip syncing. It'd be a lot of lip syncing, even in concerts now, man. It's a lot of lip syncing, man. But Beyonce showed out, man. Man, my eyes glued to the television the whole time, man. Whole family tuned in, and I'm gonna tell you right now, my family wasn't the only family. Man, when they said Beyonce, and I just found out earlier when I turned it on Netflix that she was even performing. I didn't even know.
You've been on the shit.
Yeah, so I didn't even know she was performing until they said it. Like, hey, Beyonce, time they said that, which game? I went to which game it was. Because we thought it for the first game at first. Nah, then it made sense. Houston Texans at home. Yeah. All that stuff started making sense. But Beyonce killed it, man. I like she always bring her daughter to the team, man. That was great. The people she brought out, was great. Somebody even said on a statement that Beyonce is the only one that can make the guy take a shower. What is his name?
Oh, Post Malone?
Post Malone said Beyonce the only one can make Post Malone take a shower. Because he was looking good out there.
Yeah,
Post Malone came out there looking good, man. All, suit, what he had on, and then shaved up, short cut. He was looking good out there, man. So, hey, Beyonce did a thing, man. But I'm not surprised, man. I went to a concert, man. Best concert I ever seen in my life, man. So I'm not surprised she put on a show.
Yeah, she made me a little bit more of a believer again. Like, I always have some doubts about Beyonce, but again, like a little bit more of a believer again. And it ain't her. I think it's her fans. I think her fans are fucking delusional, right? Hey, if you're a Beyonce fan, you listening right now, I think you're delusional. But I heard the album. I heard Cowboy Carter. And I know I know it's a lot of Beyonce fans. So I mean, look, I don't want no smoke with y'all. But I heard Cowboy Carter. I thought it was really, really good when I heard it. I thought it was a really good album. It was clunky, but I thought it was good nonetheless. I think that it should win the Grammy for the album of the year. I just think it was a lot put into it. What you don't think about, and what I should have thought about, is how most of these songs were created for her to perform them at a concert on a big stage, right? So she toured the other album. She toured like the disco album, She still got one more of these albums, okay? Because it's supposed to be like three of the theme or whatever, three different things. Yeah. But she toured the disco, the dance album. She got to tour this country album next, or this country fusion album or whatever. And if that was what'd you say?
I didn't know that. I didn't know she had a 3-album thing that she was doing.
Yeah. And this album too, of the 3.
Okay.
If that was a preview of the concert, and I'm assuming because she probably gonna drop some tour news soon. But if that was a preview of the tour, that tour gonna be really, really good. And again, like I said, when she recording this music, bro, and I was talking to Angelina about this, I'm like, it's crazy that like when Beyonce is recording, she's thinking about the concert. Because the concert is her money maker. She not the best seller of albums like Taylor Swift or she not putting up those numbers. The concert is where she kind of get her return. I'm not saying she chump, but she ain't putting up those numbers. She get her returns when she go on the road. So this music is made for the road. So some of them songs you might be listening to in a car, like, damn, this a little too heavy, this a little too clunky. When she get it in front of a band of 100 different musicians, it's going to sound like it's supposed to sound, And just being conscious of that, we could go music nerd. Like, that's why I don't like some of these, but just being conscious of that and knowing like, damn, like, I still got to create something that people could digest in their cars and their headphones in their home. But then also take this show on the road and do it in arenas and like it feel like it's though all of them songs she did in the arena, bro. Like, so she came out to like Blackbird and when she was walking through, she did a Blackbird and the other joint, I forgot the other joint name. That joint that's produced by like Hit Boy. But when she got out into the stadium, that music felt like it should have been in the stadium, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that that's a big deal. Just knowing that, the dichotomy there too. Like, hey, this one is going to be in here. This one going to be in there. I think the inside the stadium was pre-recorded too. I think Beyonce came out when she came out. And I think everything that happened before she came out was pre-recorded from a day ago or something like that. But that's my own thought process though.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some randoms for y'all. Hey, for the listeners, I'm glad y'all rocking with us. If y'all still here, love y'all, appreciate y'all. This is fucking amazing. A whole new year, another year of this shit. Permission to speak freely. Y'all made us feel good last year. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Hey, I got a confession, bro. I love cocky sellers, bro. I love sellers that talk shit. That's confident, but could back it. If you cocky, you got to be able to back it up, bro. But I love those sellers that just think they know everything. I love it, bro. It's like a fucking, it's like it get me so like juiced up because I was one of those guys myself, But it's like, and it also like, it makes me want to make sure I'm doing my job real good. Yeah. And doing the best thing I could do to give them somebody to be inspired by. But I can't lie, I love me a cocky seller, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on the loving the cocky seller too, man. But I love it. I love them also for the reason that I try to get them. Because they so cocky, they so confident, I be trying to outwit them. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
Challenging them. Like, do you know this? Do you know that? And it makes me dig deep and make me think, hey, when I see him again, I'm going to have this for him. See him or her again, I'm going to do this for him. You know what I mean? I'm going to hit them with this and see what they know. So, most definitely, man. Keep you on your toes. Keep everybody sharp, man.
Yep. Like, let's see. And it always works out, bro. Like, it always works out.
I wanted to say a little bit about this, man, like on people taking chances and people taking risks, man. We are never going to, like, if you don't want to do anything, man, in life or whatever, man, and you want to do the normal or whatever that you can understand and you can be ready for. But, man, I feel like when you ready to, like take over the world type attitude, man, you got to take chances, man.
Yeah.
You can't wait every time until this is 100% done to the deal, and then you take that chance. And I only bring this up, man, because I had this conversation kind of with my family a little bit, and they was like, "Hey, why you doing this? And why you doing it like this?" And blah blah blah. And I said, "Man, one day, man, you got to jump off that cliff, man. You got to do it, man. You got to go ahead and just say F it and do it. And that's taking a risk.
Yeah,
right. You can lose a lot on taking these risks." But you got to have, and I call it calculated risk, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm not going to take a risk and it's going to be a 30% chance it's going to work. You know what I mean? I'm hoping it's going to be like 90% chance it's going to work. But if I never take that chance, man, you'll never know. So I'm all about taking chances, man, and getting and doing things like that, man.
Yeah, they call it analysis paralysis, bro. When people just spend so much time, like, factoring everything in, that they never move. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm never like that. I'm only like that, like, if it's something that I gotta, like, me and Angeline gotta do together. Then I feel like I'm in a straitjacket. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I can't move. You know what I mean? But, like, because Angeline, she processes. She processes and processes. Me, I rather, and I got this thing where it's like, yo, so if you gotta climb the mountain, you're like sitting down at the bottom of the mountain, like just factoring every potential risk that could happen and every potential reward that could happen, while I'm halfway up the damn mountain, having avoided and learned from those risks. I might have got pushed back a couple times, but I'm gonna put my feet in the water first and see what happens. See if I can swim, bro. That's just me. I'd rather fall out of ignorance than fall out of too much preparation. I think it's a harder fall when you worked 10 years. It took me 10 years to it took me 10 years to write this book. And then the book bombs. versus, hey, I just put this shit together, bro. Like I was, I can see why I bought. Hey, I'm gonna do another one. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep going. It's just different. And a book might not be the best. Like boxing. Hey, I trained for this fight for 5 years, and then you just get your ass whooped, bro. Versus, hey, bro, I've been in the gym for 2 months, man. I just want to see what I look like out there. You get your ass whooped. It's like, all right, yeah, well, I only been in the gym for 2 months. Let me go back. So it's a difference. I don't want analysis paralysis. I just want to go out and do shit.
Now, do you think that comes from experience? Right, and do it comes with time? Or you always been like that?
Always been. I never wanted analysis paralysis.
Okay.
But I also I could say that I made a lot of mistakes when it came to making music that I never want to make again. And I don't mean making music, but when it came to like trying to have a music career. Yeah. Like, so I like in my life now, and I'm out for redemption for that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was too careful. I was too trying to be too calculated. I cared too much about. So like now I care less about things because of that and more about other things because I don't ever want to be in that position again where it's like, damn, I got all this, but I haven't done much with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that changed me a lot. Like even for pod, that changed me even when it come to podding. Like, let's just put us in this room, that we, and even there, we still guard a lot for the listeners. We still guard a lot. Like it's a lot that's guarded. It's a lot of things we say no to. It's a lot of, but it's a lot more things that we say yes to than I would have when I was making music. Cause some of those chances create other chances. Yeah. When it's like, hey, no, I don't have a big audience. But you got skill, you got a product, you have something. Don't let the audience dictate your product. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we could talk about that all day, honestly. Yeah. Speaking of products, hey, I'm starting to decline giving tips, bro, and I never felt, as good, bro. I went somewhere recently, and it was like Starbucks, and I asked for like a cranberry bliss bar, bro. Cranberry bliss bar. And they had the tip option. And I said, no, fuck no. He just pulled the bar out of the cabinet and I'm not giving him a tip for this. And I felt so good, bro. Versus just always like, I need to give 20%. Like I was one of those people for the longest, like, y'all need to give 20%. I need to give 20%. Well, I'm not giving you 20% for pulling a bliss bar. It's your job. I asked for a bliss bar. I paid for it. It's your job to grab the bliss bar and give it to me. I'm not like and I'm just starting to get into that because I was somewhere recently and the person told me not to give a tip. They're like, don't give a tip. And I still gave a tip anyway. And then I'm like, yo, do y'all get like, I'm like, these tips that's like a part of this, the app with the touchscreen and all that. Yeah. I'm like, do you see this tip? She was like, no, I don't get the tip. That's why I told you not even to give it. And I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I'm not going to give you a tip. Yeah. Moving forward. So I'm getting better at like not giving everybody fucking tips, bro. I've been giving everybody tips for years.
I give everybody a tip. 18 to 20% every freaking time. And I just do it unconsciously. I just,
that was my red flag. That is unconscious at this point that we giving people fucking tips. That was what my red flag was, bro. Yeah. Shouldn't be unconscious, bro.
Yeah. You're right about that. Now, you got me thinking about it. I can tell you that right now. I'm thinking about it now, man. Because you're right. I'm giving tips for everything. And some of these things, more 100% does not need to be tipped. And I still do it, right? So I'm with you, man. That might gonna make me feel good too, because I think I'm gonna start doing it too.
Yeah. Some of us, we be willing to get that tip, but then when they ask, do you want to round it up to the nearest dollar to help the kids? Nah, I'm cool, man. This shit was $2.97, bro. We asked you for 3 cents to help the starving. Nah, I'm good, man. I don't know where that shit going, man. I know. You'd have gave Starbucks person $5 for a latte, bro. Like,
man. I'm with you on that one, man. I'm with you. All right, man. Hey, I'm gonna start this off, man. I want to ask this question about like, what would you tell your younger self? Like, and I said, coming in the Navy, what would you tell your younger self, man? And and I got it because I saw somebody else interviewing and asked this question. They had a crazy, thing they said. But for me, man, I was thinking like, Dumbo, what I would tell my younger self, and it goes back to what I'm doing now about the risk. What I tell my younger self to take more risks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was younger, man, I was sitting back a lot, man, knowing the answers, motivated as hell. But I sit back and I watched it, and I kind of like, okay, now it's my time now, and I went, right? I was being more calculated when I was doing, right? I was seeing other people do it this way. Now I can get a better idea of what's going on. And I guarantee you, Dumbo, I could have had a better outcome. And I'm just saying it, I probably would have been a chief a lot earlier.
Yeah.
I probably would have been a senior chief. You know what I mean? When I look back at that, and I always had a go-get-it attitude, but at the same time, I always felt like I wasn't being me a lot of the times, though. I always been motivated. I always been go do stuff on my own. I always been like that. But when I came in the Navy, I wasn't 100% comfortable, so I kind of like sit back and waited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now I guess I'm so comfortable, I don't give a fuck. I just go do shit. You know what I mean? But at that point in time, man, I wish I was more confident being more confident in myself to go out and just do things. Long as I'm not, safety related, long as I'm not, hurting nobody or breaking stuff, go do shit, man. Volunteer for a lot of shit. Go feed the homeless. You know what I mean? Do all this stuff. You sit back and you think about it a lot. Stop thinking. I wish I wouldn't stop thinking so much back then and do a lot more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mine is, it would have been on the same lines of yours if I could think about one, but I want to switch it up a little bit, just to give something different. Mine is, don't be afraid to disappoint people, bro. And I'm still learning that and growing into that, but when I think back my career and all of this stuff, it was always somebody that I wanted to make proud. I think when I first started, it was like my aunt, my uncle, my mom. I want to make them proud. Then I started winning awards like Blue Jacket of the Year and Junior Seller of the Quarter, Junior Seller of the Year. And then I was like, all right, in my chain of command, I want to make them proud. But you could limit yourself thinking about like not disappointing all of these people, right? So it's good to have a driver. But you can limit yourself not disappointing all these people because then you're thinking about ways to please people, right? So sometimes, and that's just me and my own opinion. So sometimes when you start thinking about ways to please people, you curve like some of your natural presentation because you got these people in mind. So you speaking and it's not unapologetically honest. You're doing things, it's not unapologetically you. And as I'm getting older and I'm becoming more unapologetically me, and like I said, becoming more, because I still deal with it now. I look back and I think about like, damn, bro, how much different things would be if I just always just did that shit. Now I tell people like, hey, telling the truth sometimes is like dropping a bomb, bro, in the movie. You tell the truth, then you get the fuck up out of there. Yeah. I might have to give you some grace to hear you out, listen to you. But hey, you tell the truth and then you roll. You say no and then you leave. You say this, that, boom. So yeah, if I could go back, bro, that's me. I would definitely pay more attention. And like I said, that play into like me making music. I cared a lot. Like when it came to, I cared way too much about if I was a chief and my junior sellers heard some shit. I cared way too much about that. Like it kind of just took the passion out of me for something I really love. Yeah. And then even outside of that, you limit yourself even with professional things because you care. Like I cared too much when I first like became leadership or whatever. You try to conform into the package that you think a leader should be and all of this shit. Like I said, I was reading the 10K seller shit. Like, yeah, I'm not a 10K seller dude, yo. Like, I don't, it ain't me, bro. Like that's not how I want to lead. You know what I mean? And I'm not the most, like some of the institutional Navy shit that people care about. Like, they could tell you about their Barbary Wars and all that shit. I don't care about that shit. You know what I mean? Like I read a little bit about it now, but that shit don't move me. You know, now I got a passion for things, but that's not it. You know what I mean? And I just got to accept that. You know, you got to accept that about yourself. You know, I think when I was going through the season and they was like, yo, tell me about what this Master Chief, what this McPon did and this McPon did. And this, like, damn, like it was people that knew so much. I'm like, how they know all this? Now that now that it's kind of unveiled a little, some of them, I think some of y'all was researching that shit right before the season started. Like, y'all ain't know what all of these Master Chiefs did. but yeah, so that's me just, just being a little bit more unapologetic, bro.
Yeah. And that's just a top thing in there. I'm sure we got several things we'd like to do better, but that's like kind of like one of my things too. But my next random is the hangar bay, man, on an aircraft carrier, man. It's probably about 5 to 7 different fucking uniforms when I walk through that Joker, man, that's going on. We got the NWs, we got the Tupacs, we got coveralls, all different kinds, right? We got freaking the airwear, they jerseys and stuff, man. So it's crazy. Not that I'm no one breaking the rules or anything like that, but I just wish I could have just took a picture, bro. I'm like, what in the hell is going on right here? I think we have to be like the only military that's do shit like this, man. That I can go in that hangar bay and take a picture. It's probably like 7 different uniforms that people are wearing. I in one hangar bay, man. We have to be like the only military.
Yeah, well, we the only one that got a ship.
Yeah, I mean, if that's how you want to look at it, yeah. I mean, I agree.
Shit.
That's most definitely something different, but shit. 7 uniforms, bro? 7 working uniforms they working in? Crazy, bro. I'm talking about the working. I'm talking about
y'all rocking Tupacs?
Yeah, we rocking Tupacs, man. So everybody got them, man. Like they've been issued to everybody 2 pair or whatever. And they all right, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. They ain't nothing, crazy about them and nothing making that they great or anything. But
y'all rocking Type 3s too?
Yeah. Tupacs, Type 3. Type 3 is still the uniform, man. Just top Tupacs. I don't know, man. I rock them though. I rock both of them, tell you the truth.
Diversity,
the Tupac,
man.
Yeah,
diversity uniform.
The Tupac thing to me, man, is they get dirty too damn quick, man. That fucking brown color, you still working, you rub up against something, man. So that's there. You ain't getting it off, man. Yeah. Like it's on there. So other than that, man, Tupac is cool. But I had this random thought, man. It's a random. I go in the hangar bay and see all these uniforms. Like, God damn. And then now it's getting cold. So now you got a whole lot of other shit people got on now. So yeah. It's crazy, man.
I mean, same with the PT uniforms, bro. So
yeah,
same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So on my topic, man. So one of them is the military failing with the approaches to suicide, right? So I brought that question up to the table and I brought it out because I looked at this article, and every year in this article, suicide is getting worse and worse and worse. The numbers are going up and up every year, right? And I read this and I said, man, what are we doing? Do we need to take a different approach to this? Do we need to educate more people about it? And then, the CSAD thing, we talked about earlier, maybe putting them on the forefront a little bit more, maybe being the forefront of that a little bit more too with leadership, saying, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. The other thing is, how much more education does the chain of command need? Do they need to know something else? Like for me personally, if you say anything like close to suicide and close to this, I'm sending you to the right people. Here you go, man. Hey, go here, go there. Because that's what we kind of train to do. We train to put them in the right locations, put them where they need to go, who they need to talk to, and things like that. Do we need more education? I don't really think so. I don't feel like I'm qualified, but what are we doing about these numbers? That's all I'm asking. And this is not an answer that can be answered, right? I'm just asking it because it's getting worse. You know what I mean? Like it's getting worse. It's not getting better. So.
Yeah, I got a 2-part answer. The first part is a question, right? So the first part of my answer is a question, right? And my question is, and you don't got to answer it, and I ain't going to answer it. And for the listeners, you ain't got to answer it. But I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to give y'all like 3 seconds to think. What's the Navy's #1 suicide prevention initiative? All right. For the listeners, if you couldn't think of it, that might mean that we got some work to do. You know, if everybody's not across the board on what it is, that also would mean that we got some work to do. But it's, because when I know a bunch, now I'll get into my own thought. I know a bunch of initiatives, but I'm not sure if I know, what our top one is. And I would be interested in what other people said our top one was. That's the first part. The second part is, for me, it's kind of hard to quantify. I think I'm, like you said, I think I'm ignorant when it comes to that. It's kind of hard to quantify that type of stuff in my own brain because I know you educate, I know you inform, I know you empower. But when the numbers don't change, I would be reaching out for like professional help from somebody that might have been through something like this before, another organization, entity, company that might have been through this before, and figure out what we need to do, because I might not have the answers.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on that. That's my thoughts on that. Yeah.
Go ahead. And then double, like if this was like, I'm okay with that if it's happening under my umbrella. If things are happening under my umbrella and it becomes a trend, I'm okay with raising my hand and say, I need help. Somebody need to help me out. This is getting bad and blah, blah, blah. I'm okay with saying help.
Yeah.
Right. But this is happening this is a whole Navy thing. Right. So I just look at it like maybe that's what it is, Damo. Maybe we need to clarify those questions that you asked. Maybe that question needs to be clear. What is our top, prevention? Right? What is this? What is that? So everybody can be on the same page. And when it comes to getting sailors help, okay, if this happened, boom, this is what we doing. Like right now, every time. So I won't be here thinking about, this is what I'm going to do. And then you come up, nah, you should have did this. And then somebody else say, oh, no, I did this. No, Same wavelength, man. Same wavelength. And maybe I'm just, my whole point of this question, the numbers are getting worse. That's my whole point I'm making.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you don't got we don't have answers, right? It's just,
hey,
what is, what can we do? And like we said earlier, like you said, that's empowering CSAT, right? Getting from deck plate experience, what are we going through? All of that type of stuff we need, we need to have. I always think conversations help anything. That's just my thought. That's probably why we do a podcast, right? We think conversations help. But yeah, so I definitely think, hey, just get more people on the table. Let's talk. Let's figure out our pressure points and let's address them. And maybe that will make things better.
Yeah.
Let's get do better. I got a listener do better. It's a screenshot of my phone. And there's so many holiday pictures that it's probably, here it is. It says, my do better is to enable your sellers to lead. And he added 5 exclamation marks there. So that means he meant that, right? We have so many talented, amazing sellers in the Navy that hold back and wait for direction because they're not the works in a suit or etc. Lay out clear expectations and let your sellers lead, exclamation mark. All this does is build stronger leadership in the Navy as they progress in their careers. However, I think this is something that should start at a lower those. He said, however, I think this is something that should start at a lower those E4s and E5s, exclamation mark. They are already waiting 30 months, exclamation mark. Let's make it worth it, exclamation mark, right? Hey, shout out to you first. That one sentence, I'm kind of, however, I think this is something that should start. So basically, I think he's saying it's just something that should start at a lower rank between E4s and E3s. They already waiting 30 months. Let's make it worth it. I totally agree. It's like if people are not empowering sellers and enabling them to lead at those ranks, then we should start. You should start. It's a problem. Because younger people, period, in this world lead. They get put in leadership positions, and they are expected to lead and do good things. And I think anybody can. I don't think it's rank specific. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to throw a little bit on it, man. It comes from, and I agree. First off, I agree 100%. But second thing I'm gonna say, if I'm a chief, right? So now I'm empowering my first class to lead, right? So now when I empower my first class to lead, now he or she want to lead a certain way. And now I have to show what I'm doing, and hopefully that is trickling it down to him saying, okay, E5s, you guys can lead. Right? And then the E5s can say E4, because sometimes people get on power trips. You know what I mean? We gonna do it my way. So if you ain't on them deck plates figuring all this out, it's gonna be hard to get it done. Because sometimes we don't know like what's going on behind the scenes a lot. Like unless you out there, you in the business, right? Like sometimes you may not know. You can have a first class that's there and he be like, hey, this is how we're going to do it. You can have an E5 that's there and say, hey, this is how we're going to do it. But and when it comes to empowerment, it's a team thing, right? Everybody got to be on the same team. Everybody got to want all those ideas to come to the forefront so we can pick the best one. Right? The best idea to get the job done. Sometimes it's just not like that. But back to his thing, I hope that's what we get into. Because I'm all about, different ideas. Because I always think people are way smarter than me and can do things differently than me. Yeah. I just want to make sure nobody hurt themselves. I just want to make sure, we don't break no major equipment. So that's the only thing I care about. So I hope we out there empowering people to lead, man, because you'll be surprised. You will be very surprised.
Yeah, I hope so. I ain't even in the game to be in the front no more, bro. I mean, it's a natural part of my job. I'm being in the front places, but it's just my personality. I ain't in the game. I want somebody else to be in the front. Like, go get that shine, man. You do your thing. Yo.
I'm the same way. I'm kind of like that too, man.
Yeah, get your shine, man.
But what I am mad about is my motherfucking do better. I'm a little upset. Yeah. Right? And like you even said just then, I'm really not in the forefront. I'm mad because my sailors mad. You know what I mean? I'm mad because they mad because on these older ships or whatever, not necessarily older ships, it could be the same ship. I mean, it could be the same year, same ships or whatever. But when I order something from this NSN or this number or this whatever that's listed on here, that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a different one. Because if I got a different one, it should have a different NSN. It should have a different part number. But no. I'm ordering a number that's on this MF and I'm getting the wrong shit. And I don't understand why this is happening. I just don't understand, man. And we got stuff on this ship is obsolete, bro. It is like no longer the Navy makes it. Why is it on my ship? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is going on right here, man? I'm upset about this shit because this is no shit happening. And I know it's happening way more than me. But I am on the oldest aircraft carrier in the Navy, right? So I am on the oldest. But at the same time, hey, you can tell me to put this in some type of IAM or something because we don't make stuff for this no more. I don't care what it is. Whatever you got to tell me to do, I can do it. But don't make me, if the shit breaks and I can't fix it, but now I'm taking hits every goddamn week on this shit, man. Like, nah, it's got to be a better way, man. I need my parts, man. Like, I need either tell me to remove this shit off the ship or give me the right NSNs to fix whatever I'm trying to fix, man. That's what I need.
Yo, what's that computer program that like help you find parts? That old ass program that like help you, like you put the numbers in?
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it right now.
What's the name of that shit? That shit's so old, bro. Like, it's Fleet. What is it? It ain't Webflex. It's like, what's the name of that old fucking Fedlog, bro? Fedlog.
Fedlog, bro.
Fedlog, old as shit, bro. Like, what? Like, what? You gotta like configure your computer. I was in the carrier. I'm like, yo, how we open up Fed log, bro? They like, oh, you gotta like go through this folder to get here to get the Fed log, bro. Why that shit so old like that, bro?
Man, hey, look, right. Look, and I don't look in Fed log and look at all that stuff no more, man. But tell me this, man, is Fed log still out there, man?
Fed log is out there, bro. You gotta find it, bro.
Oh my
Fed
goodness,
log
bro.
is old as shit, bro.
I didn't even know Fed log was still out there, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. I was using it on like, yo, they be having like 45 part numbers for the one in that set, bro. You like, yo, that shit is so nasty, bro.
Man.
Yo, bro, like, that shit was old in 07, bro. Like, it just looked like it's from like the 80s. Like, you know, Fedlog just, man, bro. I can't. That's it. I ain't got much more on Fedlog, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Let's get into this movie. Hey, we got a movie review.
Let's go.
Movie review, bro. Sometimes I be wishing I have like the sound effects ready, but I don't. But I'm gonna just play a random one right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't playing. You know. I just wish.
That's right. I'm running things.
I'm
running things.
Movie review.
Let's do it, man.
Y'all, we watched the movie Military Base. Tish ain't around, y'all. So, you know, I'm going to tell for the listeners, if y'all ain't noticed when the movie review stopped, it was when Tish came. You know, I'm just talking shit. Shout out to Tish. But, hey, movie review. We watched the 688 Tyler Perry joint. I was torn, bro, because I'm like, yo, this is a Tyler Perry movie, but this is a Kerry Washington movie, right? That's the way I looked at this, right? Like, it ain't just a Tyler Perry movie. It's a Kerry Washington movie. So as much as I know I'm going into like some Tyler Perry, this could be bullshit shit, I'm going into, hey, this is Kerry Washington. It can't be that much bullshit. It got to be something decent because she normally does well, right?
Normally kill it, yeah.
So if we could start with the premise, it's about, it's kind of like two stories, and it's one of those things that's two stories in one because it's based around a story about a character. Because she, like, you know, the character that like it's about, she loses her man in World War II. He like sent this letter that like never got to her, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that starts. But then it's also just about a more racist America and a group of black women, the WAC, the Women's Army Corps, but the African American women are sent to do like a impossible task of like sorting out mail for soldiers because soldiers are not getting mail throughout the wars. Like years of soldiers just not getting mail. I think one of the ladies said it was like 4 years, and then I know one of the bunkers they went into was like 11 months. So it's just morale is low during war. Soldiers not getting mail. This makes it all the way up to the president's desk. Mary McLeod, but Bethune is in the office and they're like, yo, what can we do? And it's like, hey, we got this group of black women soldiers that ain't really doing shit. They just training and then just not ever doing anything really. Right. So I guess it's just like, just to say that we letting black women in the, you know, the army.
Yeah.
Let's send them over there to do this, even though we don't think. It was just kind of like to shut Mary McLeod Bethune down or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I want to say, because it matters, is that it's based off a true story, right?
Yeah.
That's my entering thoughts about that, bro.
Well,
did I get the premise right?
No, you got it dead on, man.
Okay.
That's most definitely what the movie about. Man, the movie was great, man. I got
a major issue with this movie, bro. So I'm waiting for you, though. I'm going to listen to you, and then I'm going to tell you what my major issue is.
I'm going to tell you, man. It's first off, I like Tyler Perry, so you were right about that. Tyler Perry, normally I listen to Tyler Perry in different type of movies, like not like this type of movie, right?
Yeah, this was different.
But
probably his best movie, too.
Yeah. But I will say this, man. I'm a big Kerry Washington fan. right?
Mhm.
I feel like she couldn't go wrong. And when she came in with that different accent already, she got me locked in, bro.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, "Oh shit! Like, what's really going on?" She came in with a different accent, but she played the movie to the T, man. All the actresses did a great job on their roles and things like that. But dude, I was mad, kind of, man. I'll be honest with you. These movies like this be firing me up a little bit too, man. It just automatically does that to me a little bit, man. It just fires me up.
And that's where my problem comes in at. But I'm still listening.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give this movie a 4 out of 5, right? And that's great. That's a good movie, man. And from Tyler Perry to the lead actress in the movie, until everybody's in the movie played a good part. I know it has to be hard for some of these like plays racist parts too, though, for people.
Yeah,
it has to be hard for them to play these roles, man. But like you said, man, it was some parts of this movie was very, very moving, though. Like stand hair up on your arms type, parts. Maybe a couple of them was in there. It was kind of deep, man. Up in there.
The march was dope. I like the march. And I like when they showed the march at the end of the movie too. Like it made it even more powerful,
Yeah. But let me add one more thing, Damo. The best part of the movie was the ending, though. Like you said, when they actually marched and the lady that lived, was 99 years old, they showed her talking. The end of the movie where everything was going off and they showed that part of the actual people. Man, I love that stuff, man. That, to me, I love that part. So I'm glad they added that to the movie. The movie was great, but I'm glad they added that to the movie too.
Yeah. So let me go. I got some breakdown shit. Then I got off top. The first opening scene, it was like an action scene, a war scene. And I was, I didn't see like Francis Ford Coppola do war. We didn't see Spielberg do war. We didn't see Michael Bay. I was interested in how Tyler Perry was going to tackle a war scene. And bro, that fire, bro, that was the cheapest special effects I ever saw. I told Angelina, I said, yo, what's up with that fire, bro? You can tell that shit fake. Hey, Tyler, man, I know you trying to save and conserve and, get better fire, bro. Get better fire for your war movie, man. Get better fire. I know Tyler Perry don't care about that, but that was the worst fucking special effects I saw in the war movie. The first, and I'm like, well, look, it almost made me turn the movie off. It looked like the Nicolas Cage, the Indianapolis joint, man. But I was like, no, this movie it ain't about the special effects. It's supposed to pull on your heartstrings. So I'm gonna keep watching it. I don't think he's gonna keep showing us action scenes like this, bro. So, the gas chamber, bro. It brought back memories, bro. When they did the gas chamber, I was like, damn, I did the gas chamber. So that brought back memories. I was a little frustrated with General Hawk, like the way he was like totally invalidating Mary McLeod Bethune and the way he acted. And I'm gonna bring that back at the very end. Man, they wasn't saluting her, shit like that. That shit like kind of triggers you a little bit. They wasn't saluting her to the end of it, which again was one of the best scenes at the very end of the movie part. Still, when they left and they was like, "Yo, y'all the 6 888." And they, everybody else failed to do this, so these black women were putting it on even when she made Major, nobody wanted to salute her. And this is Major Charity Adams. Her captain was dope. She had a good, right hand. Would you have, so I'm going to ask you one question about the movie and then I'm going to get into my major issue and then I'll give what I thought of like my major review. Would you have she pulled the move, right? And I guess it's like a pivotal scene in the movie. She pulled the move on the general when he came and he was just on one. He had a couple good points though. But no, he was doing too much, but he like, yo, if I'm here for an inspection, like you should be
have
ready.
everybody.
Like, he couldn't go in another room. Like she like, yeah, that's closed, that's secured. They sleep in there. It's like a respect thing where it's like, okay, these women, they sleep and you got them on a 24-hour shift. I understand. But that's also shit that you kind of clarify before the person come. But also we talk about a time where even if she said it, he probably would have ignored her anyway, right?
Yeah.
But so she wound up, flipping on him in front of everybody. You know what I mean? Like, would you do something like that?
I wouldn't have had no choice, bro. And look, you can only eat it for so long, bro. She had ate it. That was a build-up that was just waiting to explode, man. Now, back to your question, though. I think I may have did it in private because I think I would have had that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I would have blown it up, but I don't know if I would have blown it up in front of all the troops. And the only reason why I wouldn't have blown up in all the troops is like what she said after she did it.
Yeah.
She was telling them to calm down. She was telling them to act a certain way. And then she blowed up. That's probably the only reason why I wouldn't have did it in front of everybody. But I didn't mind it though in the movie because I do something, girl. You hit it with something, so I wasn't mad about it.
She stood on business, right? And sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta say, I don't care what happens after this. I'm standing on business. Sometimes you gotta do that no matter what entity you with, if it's for the right cause, right?
Yeah.
Now they shouldn't, I mean, you're not supposed to open up people's mail. That's a federal crime, you know, but they trying to, sometimes it's lost leader, right? You take the hit to make a hit.
Yeah.
But this is the part that frustrated me. I understand the times that it was, and I understand the conditions that these women had to go through, right? I wish we could have pulled, reality might have been a lot more harsh for them than the movie depicted. It's a chance that it wasn't, right? I don't know. But what I do know is that the character of the general in the movie was a fictional character. That person didn't exist, right? That frustrated me a lot because that was like the white guilt character, right? And for our listener, I'm using like something that Bill Burr talked about, like in all these black movies, it's like this white guilt character that make you feel bad or make you kind of hate this person or like bring out this emotion. That wasn't a real character. That person never exists. He never sat in a room with Mary McLeod Bethune. He never walked into the thing. He wasn't real. And for that character to be the driver behind like mostly all the emotion in the movie, the emotional responses and all that shit, to me, it fucks up the messaging in the movie and fucks up the movie for me. When these women alone got a good enough story and a great enough story to pull things based off of reality and still be able to tell their story. So like the general dude, he was fake. So that really frustrated me, Damon.
How you know he's fake?
I looked him up while I was watching the movie. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this General Hart dude? And then it said he was a fictional character in the movie.
Oh no.
Yeah.
3.53.
Right. He wasn't real.
Oh no.
And he was the antagonist on a movie based off a true story.
Yeah. He got my emotions up, so he got me. He not even real.
He wasn't real, bro.
Oh, they hurt
Tyler
me right
Perry.
there. Tyler,
why?
You hurt me on that one, bro.
Why did you do that? Why couldn't you just pull from reality? I know these ladies went through some shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, bro.
You just
Yes.
Okay.
So that like really tainted the movie for me, bro. And I found that out while I was watching because I Googled it. Because I'm like, yo, the fuck was this asshole? You know what I mean? Like I was Googling, like, who is this guy? Yeah. You know? And he wasn't a real dude, bro.
Yeah,
like,
crazy,
and I'm like, man, yo.
Number one more thing. You know what else about this guy that you normally see in movies that didn't happen with his character? Is his character give in at the end? He never gave in. Yeah. Even at the end when she went off and did this, he went back and still trying to get her ass fired and shit.
Yeah. So, he was on the phone. She didn't give up. He was on the phone.
And it's a fake ass character. Get out of here.
Not real.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, I don't think I can hold a candle to Tyler Perry's accomplishments and his everything, that even his abilities. But Tyler Perry, why did you do that? Like, why did you fuck that story up like that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To me, that fucks the story up. So I'm going to give it a 3. I think Kerry Washington was amazing. I think some of the other actresses were good. I think it had good intentions. I think it was dope. But to completely assert, Drake didn't have a daughter. That's a joke they be doing about Kendrick. Like, where's the daughter? The daughter is not real. He completely made that up. That's how I feel about this Tyler Perry, this movie.
Yeah.
You know, that character. And I know that changes the way you think about it. Now wait till Ella watch the movie with you.
Yeah,
master. At some point you tell Ella, like, hey, you know, the dude wasn't real. You know? Yeah. And like I said, I know that the conditions were real. They went through shit. All that shit was real. But the dude wasn't real. Like, well, I don't know. So yeah, that 3 out of 5. All right, let me get into my book. It's Black Veteran Entrepreneur by Mike Stetman and Alana Abernathy, man. Hey, so, you know, when we interviewed Mike, he said they had an audio book. Hey, y'all know how I do it, man. You know, I'm going to buy your book. If you put out a book and it's on paper or something on Kindle or something, I'm going to buy your book to support you. But I'm waiting for the audio book so I can consume it. I'm waiting for the audio book so I could consume it. So I did not read this book. I read like the first 10 pages of the book when I first got it, and I never read it. The audio book came out and I finally read it. Bro, this Mike Stetman book, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Really good book, right? So it's Black Veteran Entrepreneur, but really it's for any entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
Like the content is for any entrepreneur. The vessel by which he chooses to kind of present this content is to Black veteran entrepreneurs. But bro, the way this book works, and Damon, I recommend you get it. It's on Apple Books.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so I recommend you get it. Any entrepreneur get it. If you black and you're a veteran, it's a plus, right? But if you're an entrepreneur, you can still get it. Check it out. What he does here is he gives his own story, you know, his own journey. He provides the journeys of other veteran entrepreneurs. They all happen to be Black in this case. And it's like a step-by-step guideline for an entrepreneur that's trying to crack and make some type of success. And you know, Mike is a coach. He's an entrepreneur coach. And it feels like a coaching session, bro. It feels like 10 coaching sessions. And then what I think he does that's like really cool is at the end of every chapter is book recommendations. So if you just listen to this one book, you got about 25 to 30 book recommendations to continue on your entrepreneur journey. It's even podcast recommendations. Alana, now it's narrated by him and Alana, which I love as well. And the way they do it is cool too, because he'll say, all right, well, let me tell you about this story about this entrepreneur. And then you hear Alana talk and Alana tells the story, you know, and Alana, her voice is great, of course. There's a couple days, Alana, I think you went in there right after, you know, in the morning before you had your coffee. It was like a couple little chapters. I was like, yeah, Alana sound like she, you know, and it wasn't a lot because I don't want Alana to get on my ass. But it was like one time I was like, yo, a lot of us have just woke up on this job early. You know, it's early. She in the mood, you know, and it was only for like two minutes or something. Then it sounded like, you know, because their energy was always up, always good. Really good book. Really good audio book, man. Like I said, it's a 5 out of 5, Alana. It's the perfect book for, I think, somebody that's first starting off. Like it was the perfect book for me. So I think it's a perfect book for somebody that's first starting out. You could take notes. You could, I understand too why it's a hard copy book, because I would want to highlight shit. I would want to take notes. I would just, it's what it's supposed to be. Hey, Mike Stetman and Alana Abernathy, thank y'all for making that book, putting that thing together. It was an amazing piece of work. The audio book is amazing. Y'all both did a really good job. I appreciated y'all energy throughout the book, and I appreciated the content, and those book recommendations is really what took it over the top for me. So thank y'all.
Good stuff, man, because you know we both support them, so that's good, man. I'm glad for them, man.
Yeah, and it ain't a 5 because we know them. It's a 5 because it's a 5.
Yeah.
You know?
100%, man. Woo, man.
That was it, bro.
That's it, man.
We 2024. We did it. We did 2024.
Yeah, man. I guess we're gonna see each other again in 25, man. 24. Hey, you was great, man.
Yeah.
You was great in 25, man. I'm looking back just for a few seconds. I ain't even thinking hard about it, man. And just like, man, we had a great 2024. And this is kind of what we envisioned in 23. We said we were going to have a good 24 and we're going to have a lot more going on. And man, we got 25 coming up, man. And already I'm seeing some of the stuff, man, that 25 is going to be epic also, man.
We outside in 2025. We outside in 2025. PTSF is outside. We going places. We got invited to some places. Yeah. And we taking people up. Y'all paying for the flights, y'all? Hey, y'all paying for the fucking trips?
Can we get some per diem, man?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Can I get that per diem package?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, can we get that the drinks on the flight package too, man? You know what I'm saying?
I need a G-Wagon, bro. I need a G-Wagon to take me to like that. But yo, we're gonna be outside. We're gonna be different places. We're gonna be talking about this like shit that we talk about. Don't put me in no position where y'all want me to speak on something that I ain't ready to speak on. You know, don't have me talk about High 3 versus BRS. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't gonna get the best version of me. You know, I'm gonna be telling people to pull out they tech manual, pull out what the instructions say. Let's start there. Read the instruction and let me respond. You know what I mean? Like when you go to your chief now.
Yeah. And if you don't want, I know. And if you don't want the response, you better not ask me, man. Because
don't be asking me no technical questions, y'all. I'm coming in to speak from the heart. We talking from the heart. But yeah, it's a couple places we going. We got invited to. We looking forward to it. We can't wait. I don't know if Damon gonna be on deployment every single time. Hopefully not. It would be real cool to do some shit together.
Yeah, most definitely.
But we'll see. We'll see, man.
Yeah.
Damn,
all right,
yo.
man.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy, man. Good episode, good energy, man. So holla at your people, man. You guys already know what it is. Mississippi, stand up.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
All right.